Oh my god. Is this an Elden Ring tournament? Starring End of the amazing, the wonderful, the illustrious Su.
Hello, I'm Suwu. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the stream. Welcome in.
Welcome to the stream.
Hello everyone. It is good to have you in with this, the first money match trying out the Swiss format. We have 19 players who are ready to go, and I'm super excited to see how this one is going to pan out. We are, of course, going to be rocking around in Crystal Lake for the on-stream tourneys at the moment, so it should be a pretty nice one. And our first match we have up is, of course, going to be Highlight Message Space Ranger Voices.
Garant?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, sorry, I had a mind blank there for a second. There we go. It's all on screen now. We're all good. But we do have both of our players in and ready to go. Will we just take a quick look at the build, Sue? I mean, let me know what you think of these.
Alright, let's see. So space is on like strength, and what is that? What is that weapon?
Looks like it's going to be... Space Ranger's going to be on... Is that Katana? That's a regular cat. It's a Keepa.
Okay.
Interesting.
And... Okay, I think we got Garant on the Shamshir with a brass shield. I'm assuming Garant might have the, what's that, cracked tier called? Or whatever? That,
That's technically actually banned in this rule set,
Oh, is it
which is
banned?
it's
Oh,
banned.
okay.
It's been banned for ages. Just anything that nerf shields. I generally add to the rules because they're cringe. But yeah, it should be pretty interesting. I would imagine a twin bird swap is going to be in our future. Oh, there we go. All right, give us the count in at your leisure, Subu.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
We almost got it. Okay, we'll get the timing right. As the tournament progresses, we'll get it right. In this first of twos, we are going to see a run R2 come out there from the side of Space Ranger. Good roll out there, as we do see the backswing coming out. Going for that running R2 once more, just to try and get that hidden kickflip R2 into another little bit of damage there. Space Ranger is just rearing to go into that spin slash to try and get that as the backswing come out there. Garant getting interrupted there by another run R2 into that strafe of the jump attack from Space Ranger. Holy moly. Go. Good rollout. Now once more. Goes for that jumping attack there. Unfortunately, the turnaway was just not quite enough, as we do see that another run attack come through into the backswings coming out. Standing R1. Going for that crouch in there as the side of Space Ranger. In the aim over the top into the spin slash once more. Holy moly, as the run R2 to finish us out. Dear God in heaven above. Space Ranger, that man had a wife and kids, bro. What the fuck?
That was a slaughter.
It was pretty brutal. And look at the strafes and stuff like that we've seen all the way through that. On the jumping attacks, no less. Absolutely brutal. It's, Space has been using the two-handed cat quite an awful lot lately. Quite an awful lot, in fact. And it's been getting some really good utility. You can see those crouch cancels in there as well, just trying to leverage as much of that recovery as is humanly possible. But those strafes are absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, that strafe into the spin slash was nasty.
And that is Space Highlight Message Space Ranger taking the first stock. As I need to manage the scores, which is 1-0 match point now for Space Ranger. Sue, if you do me the honors once more, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1.
We're getting there. As we do see the physics, as we do see the Thunderbolt of Lightning, very, very frightening me. Good strafe there. But it is going to be the LGS that comes out here from the side of Garant, as Space Ranger is going to be frosted. And another strafe on the run R2. Space Ranger getting put through the paces here, oh my lord. Into a little bit of a spin slash there, managing to get those catches there. The standing R1 into CR1 now once more. Looking at that there, the crouch attacks here from Space are absolutely brutal, along with those free aims just to change the angle of attack, maybe catch the end of those rolls as another run R2. Space, despite taking an awful lot, getting that frost in early. Funny enough, is actually doing pretty damn well. Is 88 HP to 1500. Highlight message. Space Ranger taking it once more. Have you messed with Kibas since coming back much, Subu?
Not at all. I haven't really even touched ER besides from like going in Owen's FCs or something. I've just been using Zweihander like I usually do.
The last
I
of the
did get
Gogs.
to,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I did get to fight the Liam's LGS, which was pretty terrifying. So seeing Garant pull that out, and pressured space like he did pretty well at the start there, but space adapted pretty quickly, which is really cool to see.
Which is a very Space Ranger thing to do, I reckon. Of course, when you're going up arguably one of the most consistent Elden Ring players, it is always an uphill fight. But that LGS definitely had space in the back foot. We got some really good damage all the way through there as well. But not really giving Space the opportunity to play for those strafes and stuff like that he had gone for. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. And it's curious as well that we've gone from the power stance cats, which are kind of a cute little mix weapon. They always had that quick, I was going to say a quick poke, but that's quick slash off of this out of the crouches. You had an absolutely nuclear damage and insane range, but instead now it seems to be the two-handed meta has most certainly taken off. And as we look at the rest of the bracket here, Donut has taken a 2-1 against Zarich, and Brier has gone 2-0 against Egos. Let me just see if I'm being pinged for anything. Yes, both three. Yeah, both three. There we go. GG's, everyone. Yes. All pools are first 2-2.
And
Yes.
did you make your bed today?
I half made my bed. I very panicked, threw all of my laundry into one corner, which is off stream. Very conveniently.
You seem to do this every time.
Yeah, it's almost as if my my room is an absolute, what we call in the business, a tip. So it all works out.
I see.
Indeed. But yeah, for a first match, that was kind of everything as expected. I would have been very unusual for Space Ranger to drop that. But looking out at the rest of the bracket here, we do have... Do we have any more matches coming in? Nope, we're still waiting for some of them to finish up. Yeah, I'll ping. Let me just check here. There's some newer players to the fight night. Scores. There we go. Top tier caster tech evolved, shoving all your shit off camera. You see, Jack knows what's up.
Listen, if I had to show my camera, I had to show my face cam. and
Sorry?
It would be pretty bad.
Not likely. Not in a million years. Your room would be immaculate. There wouldn't be God knows what pushed into one side. I understand it. Don't worry. You can't pretend to be a complete degenerate.
I got 2 laundry baskets, one with dirty clothes, one with unfolded clean clothes.
Damn, you're so bougie with your so bougie with your two laundry baskets. That's crazy. And what's up, LBU? Welcome in. And this is a best of 3. All of the pools are going to be best of 3. Damn, I just throw all my shit on the floor. But unfortunately, Saucy, some of my shit on the floor is in view of the beautiful party people, and I have to pretend to be sophisticated. And we have another match. It's going to be Mad Casual taking a 2-0 against Hamster Spanker.
Hamster Spanker?
Oh, what a great name.
I have a good gift for that, actually.
Turquoise saying Enda has 1 basket and gives his clothes the sniff test like a true chat. I neither confirm nor deny. Oh, good God. Oh, dear. Alright, do we have any more matches nearly finished? Oh, we're halfway through the bracket as of right now. So yeah, Brier. Darcy's taking a 2-0 against Cobain. The Courtney Love Day is Cobain. It's all good. It's all good. And we're still waiting on Shu versus Godgo. And it looks like that match is going to be ongoing. Montage just started his. How is Montage? What's Montage going to be using? I'm actually curious. Oh, I forgot to put out the ping because I was fixing shit. Ripper.
Ooh. Twin Blade, it looks like.
Monty would never use Twin Blade. I will say, I am forever upset that Montage had to be correct. Because he called the Twin Blade was going to be epic. Looking for duels. You should have joined the tournament, Bron. Don't leave NA and mages. There's one mage! And there's currently more Turkish players than there are North Americans. What the hell? Also, the Ethereals in YouTube chat says the arenas for these tournaments are always sunny. Yeah, the Den Maps crew. I'll actually link the mod. It's absolutely phenomenal. Den Maps mod Elden Ring. There we go. Clickety click clack click clack.
Clickety clack.
I actually think, who else has the mechanical keyboards? I know you have one. But who else is there with the the keyboard ASMR?
Amy.
That is true.
I think Flues. Yeah,
So
Flues
based.
has a keyboard.
It's actually fantastic. I love mechanical. I actually typed on a non-mechanical keyboard recently, and I got scared. I was like, "Where's my feedback, bro? What's happening? Why isn't it making noise? I'm scared."
It's like getting clicker trained by your keyboard.
Do not go there, Sue.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just making a comment.
Hmm.
I almost went with Twitches that were quieter, but much better when it's louder.
Yeah, I actually really I've dug them for years. Anytime I've logged into a stream and heard just it's just beautiful. Grav missile unban when? Never. Because that's not a conversation I'm going to have forever. But I will keep making memes about, oh, that projectile desyncs, we should ban it. That is on my list of things to do whenever I see a desync happen. Someone needs to figure out how to tie a typewriter to Elden Ring. What you reckon? Would you get the Elden Ring typewriter, Subu?
I would, I think, so I can play Duskblood on it.
Are you gonna get a Switch?
No. Hell no.
I still can't believe that Nintendo probably covered the cost of that entire thing's development cost. Just so that they could say, oh, look, the Switch has multiplayer games, trust.
Yeah.
What's up, Vagabond?
Hi, Vagabond.
Welcome
to the stream.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream.
This isn't Dark Souls 2. What is this? What's Vagabond doing here? We're just waiting for matches to finish up. I think it's Montage versus Dollard right now. And Shu versus Godgo. I see there's an awful lot of action. There was action like 2 minutes ago, but the match ended too soon. And I was fixing stuff to remind everyone to actually start their matches. You watch Space Rangering all over the place.
We could put that clip on you were talking about.
We might do that later. That's the halftime show. So.
Okay.
Alright, we have Montage with the 2-0. So I think that's... we're just waiting then for Shu and Gago. Is there anyone you'd like to see play in this bracket that's in front of us at the moment, Suwu?
Well, there's a lot of people I don't recognize at all. Granted, I haven't been around, and they're part of communities I've never been part of. But I'm interested. I hope Montage takes his round, and I hope Montage makes it to fight Donut. I really want to see a fight between Montage and Donut.
Oh no. Is there beef? Is there lore that I'm missing out on?
No, there's no beef. I just think it would be funny.
The streamer wars at long last. Powerful.
Yeah.
What other things have we looked at in the past? We started putting on like a bunch of the old back to basics in between rounds. We might have a look and see if there's anything else from the before times, the long ago of Uggs four-shotting people. I always think that's funny. Yeah, let's look at the round before that. This is the one downside to the Swiss stuff, is that sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get everything set up, and we're just waiting for matches to finish and stuff. Suwu versus Marble. I think Deluxe Catboy has a high likelihood of pulling through in that matchup. What do you think, Suwu?
I can't say my name, but I think quite frankly, I have more experience.
I think that, well, as full of joy as you may be,
yeah, I mean my character is full of joy. What can I say? Very happy.
Spin slash Nagakiba isn't banned in this rule set. It is the second parts of the spin slash are poisable. And Kiba, despite everything, badly needs a buff. At least in my experience. That's just my thoughts. Because, like, although it is starting to get a considerable amount of use. Cheese saying Montage pulling back and revealing he's been playing the tourney with nothing but his feet. Alright, we're just waiting for... Okay, it looks like that last match has finished up. I think they'll be logging scores now in just a second. Yeah, and there we have it. Shu takes a 2-0 versus Godgo. Alright. Let's take a peek and see who we want. Who do we want to look at? Let's go... Ooh, there's so many good matches here. Let's go Leah versus Godgo. Let's go with that match. Godgo. You up. Okay. Swiss match set up. Show matches. Alright, next round. Alright, let's go. Show me, Johnny. It's funny when it's others fighting it. At some point, sure. At some point, sure.
I can't seem to see Twitch chat for me.
Is Twitch chat not showing up? You do have mod.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I fixed it.
I had to refresh.
Alright. Gogo was if I'm unmistaken, was a DS3 player, right? If I very much remember him rocking around back in the day.
I cannot tell you at all.
I can't believe it. I thought you were the DS3 expert.
I listen, I've been around DS3 for half my life, okay? But I was never involved in the community until recently. I don't know people. It happens.
Can't believe it. Alright, well let's rock on over here. We're starting to get players in. So it's gonna be Godgo on the left. Someone is actually just called Bloody Fart. That's a really funny name. Holy shit. Please go to seek medical attention.
I have to censor myself.
Alright, let's see who's who. I just need to check. And it does look as though it's going to be a Hall Axe mirror, by the looks of things.
Hall Axe, okay.
Although it might be... Gotcha. Okay, neat. None entered is Godo. Excellent. I actually got it. I guessed correctly. I don't believe it. Alright, cool. Let's just take a quick peek at the builds. That is not what I'm looking for. There we go. Let's take a quick peek. Anything there that kind of... What? Arcane?
Interesting.
Handy tech.
Okay.
Hall Axe as well on the side of Godo. Jesus. The filth. Any other thought? Anything else jumping out at you, Suwu?
I mean, there's definitely gonna be some sort of poison on Leah's end. But no, this looks like it'll be pretty interesting with that mirror.
Definitely gonna be something. Well, give us the count in at your leisure, bestie.
3, 2, 1.
Boom. Bolt out. Physics drunk. First to 2 here, as we do see the large poop pot coming out there, along with that poison mist coming out here on the halberd. You kind of called it. I can't believe it. You were correct for once. Crazy. As you do see that running attack coming out now. Going for that running attack there into that nice little bit of a follow-up there. The strafers on display here, though, as we do see a nice little bit of a ghost hit coming out there. Yeah, Ethereal, it's pretty much a mirror. Well, we do see those toggles coming out now from the side of Godo, who is trying to go for that backswing. But there, look at that beautiful strafe here, especially on the what is doubtless absolutely crazy ping. Jeez Louise, as we do see another poison mist set up with the chilling mist. Team Green or Team Silver? Which one are you going for?
Honestly, it looks pretty close between both of them. I'm gonna go Team Green, I think. Team Green.
Well, it does look as though that's a fairly safe one, as we do see the double roll there and the poison mist, but not going to matter as that bleed bar is doubtless looking pretty full as a run attack comes through there. Godo taking a bit of damage. 1200 HP on the side of Leah. An unforged axe. Oh, going for the flies, not the bees. Some of the standing running R1 comes out. Godo getting to get clipped here. That off axe there, getting that nice decent run R1 off. There is the side of Godo, who is going to be clipped into a standing R1, but the halberd managing to continue getting that bleed build up, no doubt.
Interesting swap on Leah's end with the absorption tally.
Not a bad play, because you're considering that you're kind of get as much negation out as you can possibly. Not a terrible idea. Blessed Dew is legal on this rule set. You just can't have Blue Feather on with it. So I'm kind of curious as to why. Uh-oh. The bees. With the fat roll. So this is getting a little bit close.
This is getting really close.
Oh, reconsidering the swap, possibly going for the HTS swap to finish it out. But the poison mist here putting Leah on a bit of a clock. Into a trade! 99 HP! But a health bar ain't one. Jesus. GG.
That was really good. That was close.
Who knew that the mirror would have been down to the fucking wire? That's crazy. As I have put on the wrong replay. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, there we go. That was not highlight space. There we go. We fixed it.
You're getting old, Enda.
It's nearly time to retire, I reckon. Let the new whippersnappers take over the tourney scene. That's Leo 1 currently. Yeah, good match. Interesting playoff of the status there. We've seen Barebones use that in a tourney not so long ago. And not the tourney that he showed up and got completely blasted every single time, though. So that was nice that he actually got to play some of the game that day. That was pretty epic. But yeah, the advantage, I would say on paper that the physical halberd has the advantage, just because it gets those spear tally trades in really, really nice. But either way, we have both of our players in. They're rune-arced. They're ready to go. That's crazy. All right, Leo won on match point. God go. Nihil. Suwu.
3, 2, 1.
You see, we're epic. We got this. We're so pro at counting.
We're so pro.
despite being Elden Ring players, we got this. The rot, but he aimed it wrong. No.
Artillery shot.
Oh, but the thrusting sword here, even into the whole axe, is going to be pretty rough. But Galgo's taking a fair amount of damage here so far, as that off axe is just going to go burr in the background. Go for that running R2, which is kind of a questionable decision. Good spacing, though. Not going to get Darcy in the corner there with that poison mist. Very, very nice. Obviously, Galgo here is playing for that spacing game, which is going to be very difficult on what I can only imagine to be at least 200 ping. But he manages to get the spacing. So pro, but no phantom range to fall back on there. Chilling mist. Going for the R2 into the kickflip R2. Nice.
And then we have Gojo is on the blue tier stone now.
Early tier stone proccers. Any in chat? Oh, me away. There we go. I'm going for that nice little bit of a follow-up there. Kind of curious. And Space Ranger's pointing out there that Mega Grease would actually be a much better play here, but unfortunately you forget the literacy rates of Souls players, Space, as we're going to see a trade coming out there very much in the favor of Leah, who still has tier. Will we see a tier wait out going on here? But we do see that red feather. Possibly a dangerous decision there, especially given that he has at least one more off-axe hit left in him. But with the Godskin Swaddling Cloth on there, it's probably not a bad play. But we do see Gago actually trying to wait out that tier there just a little bit. That run R2 from Kilo, but I think a trade might be enough to actually put him down, as the tier has been procced. Massive disadvantage! Into the oh my god, the Frost proc actually evened it out. What the hell? Almost managing to land the harpoon. There she blows, but alas. The whaling season is not to be.
No Moby Dick today.
No, not this day. Maybe try and land another Frost proc there to just get that extra little bit of damage. Leah there going for that. We do see the whiff punish attempt to run R2. Comes out into that halberd. The rolling attack there. Gago not wanting to go down without a fight. Beautiful strafe though. But 'twas not to be, as Leah takes the round. GG's.
I gotta say, I enjoy how both players were on similar skill level. So with seeing how close it got for both matches, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the advantage as well of the Swiss format in general. People get to get a bunch of different matches. Like sometimes you might get Space Rangered round one. Other times you end up going against someone who's about the same, which is really, really nice. I like that a lot. It's one of the reasons why I dig the pools. I'll fix. Yeah, I will fix.
Wait, also, I have a quick question. Who was Bloody Fart?
It was Leah. I was on the arcane build.
And who was throwing the pots again? The flies.
That would have been it makes sense. It was Leah. It's all starting to come together. Alright, well I need to change that. It was space 1. Let me see, I just have to fix something here in the meantime.
So how's it going, chat?
Oh my god. Space Ranger 2-0. Here we go. Nice. Okay. KJ would be proud of that name. He would. Big Booty Boy versus Bloody Fart, who will win?
Wow, that's a rough one.
That's a please seek help immediately, I reckon. Jesus. All right, looking at the scores here, it is going to be moving swiftly along. It's going to be Space Ranger taking a 2-0 against Brier, Mad Casual 2-0 against Pancake, Spiel losing 1-2 against Hamster Spanker, Cobain versus Zarich, Zarich winning with the 2-0, Leah, of course, taking that 2-0 against Godo, and then Montage losing 2-0 against Scaramouche.
I'm so sad that Montage lose.
Are you really happy? Which one?
My dreams of Montage and Donut fighting. It's over.
It might happen yet. There's still a bunch more matches to go on. Again, there's the Donut versus Darcy, and then there's the Egos versus Garant left over. So, it's, as far as I'm aware, it's random as to who fights who, which adds to the excitement and general shenanigans.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm not entirely sure how challenge determines the seeds. Not just yet, anyway. Why Space ignore me? Probably because you're being weird. Probably. That would be my my major assertion there on that one. Are the hand axe and nape bleed so I could use it on my arcade builds? Maybe, Jack. And Ethereal says a mirror down to the fashion setup. Yes! Down to the wire. Down to the stitching, nearly. Oh dear, hang on a second. Bye. Alright. But yeah, we're not going YouTube, just for the tourneys anyway. AD, whatever the hell your name is. Don't do that, Shu. Oh dear. And now we're just waiting. And can you check out the Donut stream if he's streaming? How's that match going? I'm curious.
Oh shit, really close right now. Donut's slightly in the lead. Oh, Donut got a beast roar and won.
Rar. The Rar X3 takes another life. I'm sorry for the gun kill.
Are you though?
Am I ever? We should boot up Bloodborne after this and wait 4 hours for 3 matches, I think.
You know what, Enda? We can have a Bloodborne off.
Oh my god, that's so cool!
I have a build.
Alright, let me just check in and see if I'm being needed for anything. Show matches, I don't play... Oh. Oscara, you've... Okay, go. No, there's the... 3... Gago apparently has to leave.
Oh no.
I think there's 3 more matches. Oh. Yeah, we're just waiting now for the Egos versus Garant match. That should be really low latency as well, because I believe they're both Turkish, and that is that round donezo. So the scores were Montage losing to Skara, Egos losing to Garant, Gogo losing to Latui, Cobain losing to Zarlich, Kampspiel losing to Hamster Spanker, Pancakes losing to Mag Casual, Darcy scooting a loss off of OG Donut, Kiwasao losing to Shu, and the thorn in Space Ranger's side is no more as Brier loses 2-0. Alright, cool. We have some more matches. Anything jumping out to you? Matches to watch here?
Well, I wanted to ask real quick what you meant between Brier and Space Ranger.
I just thought it was really
Brier
funny because Brier is a thorn.
Okay. Never mind. I thought we were gonna get somewhere there, but no. This is a stupid joke.
Hey, what do you mean stupid? My comedy is amazing. Shut the fuck up.
Alright.
Let's go Brier versus Zarlich, I'm thinking, or do you have something else in mind?
Ooh. Man, I don't know.
Actually,
we got Space Ranger versus Donut.
we've already watched Space invite
Yeah, we
pending.
have already watched these. Yeah, that's true. I kind of want to see Mad Casual and Shu.
Yeah, let's do that then, because it's going to be curious as well. Shu, Mag. All right then, I'll just ping the players real quick. All right, I think I have that set up and done. Yeah, we do indeed. All right, let me ping the players, let them know they're up. Shu, Mag.
Any wizards or sorcerers? Right here, Suusuri. Hello. Ha 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 ha. Okay, bro.
Oak, bro. It's Smeagol? Real? Alright.
Did you ever show Enda wizard with guns?
What?
Crunchy's asking Chili.
Okay. Wait. Hang on a second. I need to check something real quick. Kyuso 02. Sorry, I just have to check here. Someone logged the score wrong again. I just need to fix it.
It happened.
Okay, cool. So it should be Kiwasao taking a 2-0. 2-0. Here we go. Okay, submit scores. There we go, we fixed it. Alright, and it doesn't change anything. Now we're just waiting for the Mag versus doesn't matter. Shu! Excellent. Shu is going to be blue. Mag will be red. Most excellent. Mag going to be on whole axe. Okay. Interesting. Let's go take a quick peek at the builds. See if there's anything worth mentioning here. Oh. Oh. Oh me, oh my.
70 strength on Mag's end.
That's very halberd. He's going to get some really solid damage. I think it starts to drop off after 69, hilariously enough. So I'm not sure if the extra point is worth it. If memory serves right.
It's so evened out.
And then Shu's going to be on that 64 strength. Probably having that strength tally as well to boost that up to like pretty much 70. I think you're thinking of 59. No, I actually going really high strength on Halberd is very much worth it. There's a reason I don't go Jarlocked anymore on Halberd builds, which it does look as though Mag is, so that's kind of curious. But either way, boom. Suwoo, are you at the ready?
I am.
Do you want to take this round?
I don't think I'll be able to.
No worries, I'll do it. You give us the count in at your leisure, bestie.
3, 2, 1.
We'll get it right next time, okay? We'll be super professional. We'll be super professional. As we are going to have the physics, as we are going to have the Thunderbolt of Lightning, very, very frightening me on the side of both of our players. Of course, Starfist does not have access to Mega Grease, just because it is going to be so skippy. Looking at this here, we do see the empty jumps coming out now once more. Very, very nicely done. Looking at this here, we do see that nice trade there from the side of both of our players, looking for their opportunity to get in. Good stutter steps coming out now from the side of Mag. Shu, though, is not going to be trifled with, as that running R2, that running attack is going to land there, and the off-axe just keeping that counter pressure. Shu moving in with that little bit of damage there from the runnings herself. As we do see Mag stuttering here in neutral, taking a lot of damage, goes for that running attack there, but the off-axe there just to get that counter pressure. But Shu, with the Godskin Swaddling proc, is going to get a nice little bit good running attack. Comes out now into another little bit of damage. The standing R1s come out. Shu with the kick. I see the vision. I have observed, as we are going to see that run out there, going for that running attack now once more. The off-axe comes in. Stutter steps galore. Another running attack. Oh, getting that interrupt, but look at that. Evens out! No tier skips today, though. As we have a 294 on the side of Shu, nearly 300 HP, versus that jump over the top there. But that off-axe comes in clutch there from the side of Mag. No hits, but within about 100 HP of each other there, thereabouts. Going for that double rollout now as the side of Shu. Mag here. All he needs, I believe, is one trade here to finish it out. 34 HP!
Too greedy.
Mag on that. Switching over to that feather. Threatening that jump attack there. And the off-axe into the running attack. That is going to be Shu taken. First round. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Down to the wire. Starfist Memento. Jesus.
Mag got up. I think Mag got too aggressive towards the end there for sure. Shu played it a lot safer.
Yeah, she really did, and played for those R2s exactly when the overextensions came in as well. Oh, there was Do as well. Oh, there was. Oh no, it's actually Mag's round.
No. I didn't even notice that. Oh,
Neither did I. Good comeback though. Yeah, I just seen it there.
I'm so used to the old rules where like you could have all that stuff on. I'm so back in the times.
I think I actually, it's one of the only conditional rules I actually like is the blue, red, and do decision tree that you have to do. Because there's times where like you're super low HP and it's actually better to go do and just run away for like a minute. Whereas if you're on a high, blue, red, do is good. I like it a lot, Saucy. That might be the only take of yours I agree with. That's crazy. Or does ban do? No, because I like decision trees. I think it's kind of neat. It makes it a little bit more engaging. I've done rule sets in the past without, but either way, I'm yapping. I can't believe it. There's a match to happen, folks. It's 1-0. Suwu, give us the count in.
All right, and a 3, and a 2, and a 1.
There we have it. Physics. As we have the no
Mag's
DLC grease. Sorry?
Mag's on the club now.
It's clubbing season.
Still clubbing.
I have heard that it might be worth removing poison for that. It's very rare to see it. I think it's only NA that ever uses it. So, and most of my tourneys are EU, so it's not really worth much. There we go. Nice. Oh, look at that. The Whiff Punisher in question, as Mag has quite a substantial life deficit here. Quite a substantial life deficit. And unfortunately, Shu here is more or less encouraged to just run away for most of this fight, which makes it kind of unfortunate. Unless Mag decides to actually swap because no one's doing anything, which, I mean, when paint drying is part of the rule set, it is definitely a decision to make. We will see if he's able to get good utility out of that poison, though, which, I mean, he will be. Into a trade there, very much in the favor of Shu once more. If Mag doesn't go for the elect to go for the backswing, he's going to be in a much better position. But I don't think he has much real agency in this fight, especially given that Shu is just electing not to press buttons. But now that the poison proc is on, Shu's going to have to be pretty careful. Into that trade. Look at that. The tier is gone. And Shu has so much HP to work through. And look at that. They're not even getting good utility out of the poison proc there either. That's an unfortunate bestie. Oh, and there we have it. We have a matchup now at long last. Shamshir is out versus the Fists. I'm not sure. Good roll out there from the side of Shu. Neither side necessarily wanting to commit all that much. Shu trying to set up there for some R2 shenanigans. Good rollouts though from the side of Shu once more. Good rollout now once more. Good aggression there from the side of Mag. Oh, Shu overextending into the spin slash. But the kick into the R2! Mag just gonna mash into it regardless. Oh my lord. Into another trade. Oof. The R2 Fishers. Into a standing R1. Goes for that running attack there. Mag trying to go for a little bit of counter pressure. Shu overextending just a little bit too much into that. The spin slash comes out. Shu trying to bait out something. The jump R1 comes out though from the side of Mag Casual. Shu electing to roll out. Into a run R1. Had an opportunity there to go for the R2 punish, but with that HP, kind of a little bit risky. Shu just messing up that spacing just a little bit. Oh, and that's it! That's going to be Shu taking it 1-1. GG's. 1-1.
GG's. Bolas is free because you don't keep up pressure. You're too kitten.
Damn. That's the cat's meow right there. I'm so funny. I'm here all week, lads. But yeah, Mr. 20L1's in neutral. Any semicolon threes? Would you, if I type semicolon 3 in chat, would you reply, Suwu? This is a very serious question.
If you typed :3 in chat, would I reply to you?
Yeah.
Of course.
Damn. There we go.
Here, I got you.
They're so based, bestie. You're so based. Damn, with 3 of them and ah man, this is too much. This is too powerful. What did Darcy do to you? Hamster spanker. What happened?
Don't want to talk about it. Sounds like you need some professional help now.
Alright, we have this next match. 1-1. Match point. Ladies and gentlemen. Sue, give us the count in.
Alright, in a 3, a 2, a 1, Alan.
Yo. With hitting us with the alley at the end there. Pro. Absolutely professional. Alright. Looking at here, we do see the daggers out now. Once more, good roll out there from the side of Shu. Nicely done. We do see that nice little bit of pressure. Oh, tries to go for that R2, but alas, it's not to be. Mag now with about a 500 HP lead there, thereabouts. Is going to be caught in the corner, though. Uh-oh. Yeah, the spinning slash on this map in particular is absolutely brutal. Mostly because you have, like, actual corner pressure on this map, which is super nasty. Any positional backswing setups are really nasty. Oh.
We're having some issues.
Issues? Let me just check it. They seem happy to continue. Obviously, whatever it is has been sorted. Could have been a frame drop.
Okay. I keep watching the tallies to make sure.
Yeah, the panic. It's pretty up there. And there we go, a run up. Goes for that standing R1 there. It's not to land, though, unfortunately. Looking at it here, jump R1 over the top now once more. Oh, and we have whatever on earth is going on there again. Germany moment. Interesting. Very unusual. Jump R1's come out into that spin slash there to try and answer it up. Into the R2s, goes for that follow-up, but not to be. Oh, look at that. Tier skip.
Ooh.
Mag with 34 HP. Shu just about managing to stay out of it. One of the most Elden Ring matches I've ever seen. Do not trade into those R2s. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not worth it. Oh, the backswing lands. 31 to 46. Backswing almost landing here. This is down to the wire as the knives are out. 25 HP!
Oh, just clipped by the stomp.
Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. By a hair's breadth. By a hair's breadth. Jeez Louise. Just clipped at the end there.
Those frame drops were unfortunate, though.
Yeah, it seemed pretty weird. Technically speaking, that's the round over. Hang on a second, let me just check in with the players and see what they want to do.
Let's see what's going on in chat. Who are these creatures? You're a woman.
Yeah, it's an Elden Ring tournament chat for sure. It's up there pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's take a look. I'm just double checking that the players actually want.
Any girls in the chat? Well, if you would talk to Jack, yeah. Hello, girl.
All right. Is it 1-1 or 2-1? It's 2-1 currently because that first the rule break was okay. They Mag wants a rematch for the skips and stuff like that, so feel free to we'll just reset that to 1-1. Yeah, rematch. So if you need to leave world or anything, Shu, go for it. They were kind of relevant if you were skipping a bunch, especially when something that's pretty bad. Why, Braun? Braun! Thoughts on that? Sulu, what are your thoughts?
Listen, some people concur. I have a tick myself. I like to say meow.
Alright, Amy. Okay, yeah, no worries. Take your time. It seemed like it was a frame drop. Most of the problems I have revolving around that shoe are about like having a bunch of stuff in my recycling bin from external hard drives. It tends to mess up the frame rate.
If you don't know per lore, don't ping me, noob. There's ERP lore behind this, of course, apparently.
Alright. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Looking away. Can we ban Shu from because we're waiting for her every round? We're just waiting for her to get in world. Unfortunately, this is like the technical issues. It's all we always run the risk of stuff like this.
What is this RP in chat right now?
Well, I think we are playing ERP. To be fair, it is part of that. It is part of it, like, and you do bring out the best in people. So you know.
I am like on my most reserved I've ever been right now.
I can hear the hear the frustration.
You can hear the frustration that I can't say anything.
Remarkably on her best behavior. It's outrageous, really. So true. We're still waiting for Shu to get back in. I imagine a computer reset is what's going on. Let me just check and see. This match is the only one that we're currently waiting on, and I see that Skara has a 2-1 in favor of. So it's literally just this reset that is the only thing we have to do. 2-1.
Why?
Nice.
Sub to the VTuber. Okay.
Is there more lore that I'm missing out on?
So Chili found this VTuber. That's really into vor.
Of course.
Oh, Crunchy, my bad. Crunchy, yeah. Sorry, Chili. It was Swan. No, Crunchy, it was you. Crunchy, you are obsessed with this VTuber. I've seen your Discord. I even a channel name is named after it. You know, like it's crazy. I mean, if you want me to, I can read off.
No, don't, please, for the love of God. I'm good with not getting this lore. TBH AMO.
I'm more than happy to share with you some other time.
Thank you. I'll eat up those DMs. All right. Either way, did you see what I did there?
Haha, eat up.
All right, give me the count in. This match has to end now.
All right, a 3, a 2, and a 1.
All right. All right. We have it. Both players. Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening. Mag going to be skittering around in neutral, going for that nice jump in. Nice running attack there from the side of Shu, managing to get those hits in. Really nice. Basically 700 HP deficit right off the bat. Empty jump there comes out now from the side of Mag. Shu going for that jump R1 coming out over the top there. The R2 managing to land. Going in for that. Do you see those standing R1s though? Managing to get a little bit of an interrupt. 1500 to 2400. And the running attack comes out. Into that trade. Interesting.
Playing this, very well with playing passive, but like negative spacing and stuff like that as well. Getting in there.
The poise chip here is also absolutely brutal. Could have had the opportunity to go for the roll in there, but would have actually risked an awful lot of damage had Mag held on to the second part of the spin slash, which I'm surprised he didn't do, and set up for that. Set that bait in for the little bit of an overextension, which is kind of interesting. I'd be curious to see. It's been a while since I've seen Starfist actually being used in bracket all that often. Pretty rare.
I haven't seen anyone use Starfist since Saucy Ace did use Starfist with the that cracked hero I was talking about.
Interesting.
Against my
Oh, that was nasty. 1100 to 45 to 450. Welcome in, Raiders. You're in for quite the match here. Just a match reset. Shu here resetting, going for some stutter steps here, trying to bait out some pressure. And so she shall. Into a little bit of a mash. Managing to clip Mag now once more. That blue feather coming in clutch, though. Shu still with tier. Risk of a tier skip from a jump R2, though. So we'll have to be a little bit careful of that. But no tier skips now. Jump R1 over the top there. Into a nice little bit of pressure. 20 HP! And that's going to be Mag by a hair's breadth, taking it with 20 HP to spare. Oh my god. Good
Shu
reset.
got really way too risky there.
The overextension is real. The overextensions are real. As it is written. There we go. Let's take a look at that match while we get everything set up for the next one. By a hair's breadth retaking that. There we go. Alright, I'm going to get the next rounds picked. I'd ask the players, please try and be pretty timely with getting resets done and stuff. 1 to 2 in the favor of Mag. Alright, next round is going to be up. We're just waiting now for everything to come up. It does seem... Ooh. For this next one, I think we're going to go Pancake versus Dollard.
Dollard from Burger?
Real. Pancake and Dollard. As we're moving on to round 4, only 2 more rounds in the pools left. Dollard. There we go. Okay. Ash, Dollard. Ash, Pancake. Neat.
Neato.
There we go. Nice. She got robbed by Cope, so sad to see. Well, the skips were seen on both our end and on Mag's end, and they were pretty egregious, especially on a setup like Starfist. So we kind of do have to go for resets. That's it's kind of fair. Like, I know that it's not necessarily Shu's Net's fault, considering it did look as though it was frame rate issues, but still, that's something to keep in mind. Alright, and we're getting ready now for our next match. It's just the nature of the beast, unfortunately. A setup that can do nuclear damage with unreactables, also having skips involved, is kind of nasty. So I think that most people would agree that a reset there is justified, even if it didn't directly lead to damage being done. In fact, it was actually at Shu's disadvantage. But I still think it's safer to go for resets when there's problems like that. That's my take. So a reset was more than fair to ask for, given that all of these matches are super close, super down to the wire, which is kind of nice. Here we can actually get all of this set up. What has been your favorite match so far, Subu?
I think the one with Leah and man, what was it?
Gogo.
Sorry. Gago, yeah.
Yeah.
Gago.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite so far.
The whole axe mirror.
Yeah.
Arcane versus strength. A tale as old as time. Powerful. But we do have both of our players in. And we can take just a little bit of a peek at what we have here. Pancake is going to be rocking the Kiba on that 53 strength build. 38 end and 60 vigor. And a fairly standard Starfist build on the side of Dollard. I'm going to be kind of curious to see how this next one is going to go. Strength versus strength, but with the Starfist doing nuclear tier damage into Kibas is going to be pretty nasty. Even if I will say the Pancake's mixes and movement are really solid. I've had a ball playing Pancake on ladder the last little while, and Dollard is slowly but surely improving. So it should be nice to see. But Subu, are you at the ready?
I am.
All right, another 3.
and a 2,
And a
a
1.
1.
LA. Physics drunk. Thunderbolt of lightning up. We do see Pancake here skittering around in neutral. Good jump comes out there from the side of Dollard into a nice little bit of a traded jump over the top there, expecting some pressure, but the CR1's coming out here. Both sides even Stevens with a slight life advantage in the favour of Pancake, who is going to dodge the BR there quite nicely. Run R2, but good turnarounds here from the side of Dollard. The lat here shouldn't be too particularly high. It is going to be Russia versus Bulgaria. Ooh, but that BR did manage to hit into the spin slash, managing to get that connection. The R2 there to try and punish the attempted R2 that could very well come out now on the side of Dollard, who has elected to go for that Bull Goats. Even though I don't need to know if it's necessarily advisable in this matchup outside of the spin slash. As the BR comes out now and manages to get a little bit, as they do see that. Nice, we should see the setup there for the R2, which we do not. We do see a little bit of pressure from Dollard instead. As the BR again is going to be a swing and a miss, but you miss every swing you don't take. As we are going to see that run R2 come in, but Dollard trying to set up there for some backstab shenanigans. Not quite going to be the play as the jump R1 comes out over the top. Tier still very much on for Pancake, who is going to get interrupted as we see Dollard phase through him there. He thinks this is the Keanu Reeves from The Matrix going through, just passing straight through it there. Pancake taken a hell of a lot of damage there in some of those exchanges. But look at that, really nasty run R2s coming out. R2 almost connecting. That could have been absolutely brutal. Another run R1 into an R2. We could see a setup for a tier skip. If we get the chances, we do see... Oh my god.
The backstab.
Any fishes?
Into the collapse.
was that an inescapable? Kind of looked like one. I know, you're the backstab expert. I'll defer to you.
We gotta see back in the replay. I gotta see back in the replay.
I'm getting there. Gee, you're so demanding.
Listen, I need to see.
Okay? And just to Lacey as well, thank you so much for the raid, if I didn't already say so. Soviet Spaceship, and for its montage with the subscriptions as well, thank you. But yeah, that was nasty. Trying to set up for that. I do quite like... Oh, not an inescapable. No.
No. It's just, the grab box was still, facing.
So who's going to accuse who of being a laggard? That's the question.
Well, if it were me, I'd blame the Russian, but...
Fair enough. Oh my lord. Well, I did ask. You did ask. I
gave you my answer.
EU and friends never lags. It's only NA laggards. Straight by speak. Alright, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1. LA.
Oh, the bolt is out. The physics trunk. Alright, will we see some adaptations here from the side of Dollard, who has elected to swap over onto the Shan, which is a pretty smart move here. Low. Oh, goes for the harpoon. Not going to be hit there by the spin slash, but is going to be whiff punished pretty much to death as a jump R2 comes out. One of the very few punishable things on the Shamshir is that jump R2, so you have to use them fairly sparingly. But he clips his toes. That little piggy is in fact going to the market, as we are going to see a reset into neutral now. But that run R2 comes out into that CR1. The jump over the top, though, is not going to land very much. Resetting into neutral now once more. But they're going to be forced back once again, someone might say. Crazy, I know, as the jump R1 comes out. That re-engagement there is pretty risky.
The spinning slash.
Oof. Some really nice damage coming through there. 533 into that running attack there from the side of Dollard. Not wanting to go down without a fight here. Both players still do have their tiers. And Unsheath here might actually be enough to tier skip. Oh, but that jump attack comes through. Those jumps seem to be the Achilles' heels. Standing R1s. Oh, there we go into the backswing. Oh, but the self-proc! Beautiful showing here from the side of Pancake. There's another run R1 comes out there trying to make Magic Strike twice. Is the side of Dollard. Still with a substantial life disadvantage here, but that Kiva doing some serious work as a jump attack is going to clip him. It's a run R2 from Kilo. CR1 there, try to reset. Good attempt to punish there from the side of Dollard. But the fists! On the interrupt. Good rollout though comes out from the side of Dollard. Has to play this one very, very cautiously. Oh, and the fists of Fury get the hit to finish us out. Nice going from the side of Pancakes. With love. Nicely done.
Pancakes with love.
Here we go. That is going to be Pancake taking it. Good. Actually, a damn fine match there from the side of both of them. Pancake, I find, leverages those run R2s and the kind of funky hitboxes on them very, very nicely. In my experience in fighting against him, anytime I've tried to space them, he's just ended up just clipping me constantly with pretty crazy amounts of damage. So I'm not shocked that Dollard kind of struggled there. You have to go for those rolls, especially if Pancake is going to go for those aim downs just to leverage that extra little bit of range. So very nice showing there from Pancake. So GG's, and we are on. After a few more matches, have had time to finish up the last round of pools before we move on onto the final top 8 bracket, which I'm super excited. I'm stoked for this because I haven't done these before. It's usually just a top 4 bracket is what I go for, but I wanted to experiment to see how long it would take. So we'll see how this one goes. But yeah, really nice round. That might be one of my favorites here. There was a really substantial back and forth all the way through. So a good showing from everyone. Go for it.
I agree. No, I was just saying that I agree with you. That was really good. I like Shu's control. Not Shu.
Pancake the cat player.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I'm very tired.
You're okay. You're allowed. It's okay.
I liked the control that they had of the arena. I don't really know how to explain it more than that, but they had really good control.
They definitely they were the ones who more or less controlled the tempo of the entire fight. Like, it was Pancake who was setting the terms for a lot of engagements, had an awful lot of counter pressure, and then had some solid mixes off of it as well, which is very, very nice. On top of that, then I will say that Dollard got some really nice damage in, especially with those jump R2s and stuff like that, and really forcing Pancake to be careful on his engagements. Very, very good stuff. Pretty solid. Piece solid. Fee nice. Mwah. Chef's kiss. But is there any player now, Subu, as we move on to the last round of pools, that we haven't seen that you'd like to have a look at? Because if I look at the standings here, as it stands right now, currently it's going to be Space Ranger on the top. Who'd have thunk it? Donut, second in line. Mag, Darcy, Pancake, Scaramouche, Montage, and then Brier. Although we're still waiting for some of these other matches to finish up. So I'm kind of curious to see how the final bracket is going to be shaken up. But it does look as though it's guaranteed to be both Space Ranger, Donut and Mag, and Darcy and Pancake seem to be the top 5 currently that are pretty much guaranteed to get in, with 3 wins, 1 loss each. So I'm not sure if there's anyone else you'd like to have a look. I think Spiel. I think we might see whatever match Spiel gets into.
I like that name.
It's a struggle to say, all right. I think that's what Kampf means, struggle, isn't it? The Spiel is talk. I know it's a struggle sometimes to talk.
TV.
These arenas are dope, says Thrones in YouTube chat. Yeah, they're really cool. I posted them in chat earlier on, but there you go. That should send you there. If you haven't already seen them in YouTube chat, it's good to see you all. I know I'm not really talking too much to either chat, but I know you are loved and appreciated. It's a shame we're not in. Sorry, go on.
Oh, so I was reading chat. It means fighting games. It's fighting games. It's the literal German translation.
Ah, okay. That's interesting. Can you turn up your mic a little bit? You are a smidge quiet for me.
Okay, yeah, 1 second.
Just a little bit. Although I could have...
How's that?
That's magnificent, my dear. Yeah, we'll try and get someone else in now. Let's take a look at the group stage and see if any of the matches have finished up. We're still waiting for Brier versus Kiwasao. That should be a fun one.
The Thorn.
From Kiwi, from SAO.
Oh my god.
And funny enough, it's me mortally embarrassing you, Sue. How the turntables.
Because it's... And you don't understand. You are all dad jokes. I am all degeneracy. It is...
It cancels itself out. Why are the people here, though? That's the real question. Is it for the dad jokes or the degeneracy?
They're here for the dad jokes. I don't think what I want to say. They don't want to hear it. You want to hear it? Go to sui_x3.com.
Let's see.
I would never plug in anything.
I have no doubt. All right.
Oh, so many comments I could make.
Soon, okay? We'll see. This is...
I'm struggling. I'm struggling. Fighting with every moment. Silly.
This is why you all have swords, so I don't get tempted to ban you every 20 minutes. It's phenomenal. Alright, we have the final rounds in. Let's take a look and see. Let's go. You know what? Let's go Kampfspiel versus Egos, I think, for this last one. Montage did not get to fight Donut in the pools. Very unfortunate. So, let me just add the players.
It's okay. I have blackmail on Monty, so it's fine.
We might make that the show match. Hang on a second. At Egos.
And they go for the clutch whip punish.
This is the den. Welcome to the den after dark. Egos versus Spiel. There we go. There we go. Players. There we go. Okay, we're just waiting now for the players to get in. And then it's going to be Egos. There we go. Alright, we have one of the players in right now who's on the Grey Cat. Yeah, that's going to be Kampfspiel. So we have Kampfspiel in.
Kampfspiel.
And we'll take a brief break after this round. Cool arenas. Isn't it just? I really do like it. Corner pressure is very real. Curse of Eternia. He-Man man.
I wonder who the creator of these maps were.
I think they were kind of cringe, though. I think they should be excommunicated from the community.
Yeah.
Ideally. I've heard they really like robots. Like, really like robots. It's kind of
I heard
gross.
they really like puppies, too.
They were like, what? Sorry?
I said puppies.
Don't they, like, bark on command? Isn't that, like, a thing that they do?
Oh, they do, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Egos. You'll
Can I tell this guy to kill himself, or will I get banned?
You will get banned. Alright, Chili. Chill the fuck out. Holy sheesh. Jesus. Alright, we're in public now, okay? This isn't quite Den After Dark.
Chili, this isn't my stream. Chili. I'll stream after this, okay? Something out over there.
Alright, no worries. I'm just letting the player know that he's up next. But yeah, after this round, seeing as it's the end of the pools, we'll just take a quick 5-minute break, probably. Just let players reset themselves, get everything sorted for the final bracket. And if people need to make arrangements or whatever, it's going to be a top 8 best of 5, followed by the finals, which will be best of 7. Which is, I think, 7.
7 in my Napstar voice.
7, dude.
Dude.
For the sweaties. Try hard shitters, dude.
Go to fucking Pontiff.
Apparently Dad Jokes is winning the poll, folks. That's pretty telling.
I told you.
So pro. So pro. Yeah, Egos will be in now in just a second, folks. Don't worry.
These people don't know me. They don't know the real me.
I'm sure they'll figure it out with enough exposure. They'll figure it out. All right, let's look at the builds. Let's look at the builds.
Right.
All right. What? Any thoughts, or is head empty, Sumu?
All right. So we got Turtle Shield. Oh, okay. So Camp has Turtle Shield, and is that LGS or
That's
is that
a Grey
Kiva?
Cat. It's the Grey Cat.
Grey Cat. Oh, Grey Cat. Okay. Turtle Shield is interesting. Is that just for the stamina thing?
They're not going into the 40+ end, so having the Turtle Shield probably isn't a bad idea. And then we have, of course, what looks to be Mesmer Soldier Spear on the side of Egos with that off Misery. With the Fire Infusion. Is that Chaos Dagger returned?
I was about to point that out. I think that looks like a fish right there. That looks like that's some DS3 tech right there. Okay.
All right, Markel, maybe chill with that one. Let me just delete that message real quick. Don't time out, but yeah, just don't. Yeah, no, let's chill with that stuff for TOS reasons. No, you're good. I know Suwu is here, so but it's not that chat. All right. Either way.
People?
Sorry?
I said, what do I do to people?
The Slur Slingers 5000 on lock. All right, either way, we have both of our players in. Give us the count in at your leisure, Suwu.
Okay, and a 3, a 2, a 1. I like it.
Yeah. All right, as we are going to see Camp rocking that cat. There's some really nice movement cancels and stuff like that come out here on the side of Camp, which I really dig. As we do see that unsheathed coming out there. Swapping over to that one hand, getting that recovery cancel. Good jump in there from the side of Egos, who is on 2-hand tally, unfortunately, which is banned on the rule set. So it is going to be Camp's round, but we will let it play out. Going for that running attack there once more. Empty jumps over the top there once more now from the side of Camp. Nice running.
Camp have overhead stance on the Great Katana?
The Great Katana does get the overhead stance, which is quite nice. And you do get a movement cancel off of it, which is really, really neat. I like it a lot. Very few people are playing around with it. As we are going to see now those jumping attacks come out over the top now once more. Nice showing there. Oh, the backstab grab, but into a trade into it. Eagles, of course, playing very, very carefully here. Has to look at that movement cancel.
Wow.
Into the parry, but it's not going to matter. And I am going to have to let Egos know that the two-hand tally is banned on this rule set. Again, there's so many different rule sets in rotation. I understand. Let me just add him. Out he goes.
Montage is asking for ties. Is it both gets a point or no one does?
No one does. I know ties are allowed on challenge, but for this, no one gets a point. He goes no two-hand tally. Sets. There we go. Okay. He might need to fix his inventory real quick, so we'll just give him a moment. On looking at this, we already have matches already accounted for. Space Ranger taking a 2-0 against Darcy. Donut taking a 2-0 against Pancakes. And Zarich taking a 2-1 versus Scaramouche. So we have some nice stuff. Alright, just waiting now for players to get their stuff sorted. Alright, give us the count in, Suusuri.
And a 3, and a 2, and a 1.
Allez! Bolt out, physics drunk. Oh! Oh, Camp Spiel has been very fancy here with the ornamentals. Oh my lord. Good movement cancel there.
Ornamentals are actually pretty scary if you know how to use them really well.
They hit like a truck, and on top of that they do have some really, really funky movesets that you can catch people off with. It's just not something that's used all that often because of the reactability of the Power Stance Straight Sword moveset and how itty-bitty they are. But look at that, that's some nice damage right off the bat. Into more damage. Tries to go for that backstab grab, but alas, it is not to be the standing R1. Still swapping. Oh my god, that backwards jump was fancy. Nice L1s there from the side. No, it's R1s, isn't it? The R1s give that particular moveset?
I'm not entirely sure. I've never messed around with it too much.
Yeah, there's been some fun players. I know that I think Wella used them for a while on top of Crown King. There were Crown's preferred setup before he became a Meta Lord. Disgusting, so sad, and stay mad. Oh, and he gets the rebuff off there pretty much for free. Here goes. Egos not quite sure what to do here as we are going to see Camp Spiel setting up for that parry. Into that running attack though, maybe memeing a little bit too close to the sun with that 2000 HP. Into that CR1. Oh, the parries here costing him pretty greatly. I don't know how.
Wants that parry.
He really wants it. The saucy ace of this tournament by the looks of things. Into those CR1s coming out now. But you know if you don't land the first one, it's kind of GGWP. You can't parry again. But that should be the rule. If you parry within 30 seconds of going for one, you actually get banned from the tournament. I think that's going to be our next ruling.
Exploded out with Storm Roller.
Una's versus G9 Memento. Goes for that L1 there once more, going for the back step into the reverse jump once more.
Ooh. That was clean.
Oh,
that was clean.
we need to see that one again. I think we need to see that one again. That was beautiful. What a really nice finish there. Nicely done. That is gonna be all she wrote there for the streamed matches of, as it seems to be shooting itself real quick. No, it was 0. Nice, 2-0. Warm welcome to all the new players who've showed up for this tournament. Absolute pleasure to have you all in. Cobain, Scaran, who has Kurt Cobain, who unfortunately may get Courtney loved in this next round. Of course, Shu, who hasn't been in a while. It's good to see Shu in. Donut is a new player who shows some really good potential. I really think he's going to go far if he keeps at the game.
If he gets off Dark Souls 3.
For someone who has played Damo XD, I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, I have some really swanky stuff going on in this last round here. But Suwu, what did you think of the pools?
That was really fun, actually. I know I didn't, say much, but it's really cool to have like everyone having fights at the same time like that, and then showing certain ones.
Yeah, I think it's a cute little format, and then there's a wonderful top 8, which will be on shortly, and I can't wait to see what that's going to look like, folks, because it's been fun so far, and I really do hope that all the players who didn't make it into top 8 do enjoy themselves. But let's take a quick peek, and shout out to Turkey for coming in clutch for this tournament. The amount of Turkish players who showed up is kind of wild. I didn't realize there was a Turkish scene.
Turkey clutch.
They call it Thanksgiving in the States with the... That was really stupid, I'm sorry. But yeah, really shout out to all of the Turkish players. You've come in clutch and filling this bracket. I really do appreciate it. Can't wait to see you all in future. Oh dear. But let's take a look and see who's before we go on to the before we go on break. Let's just take a look at the standings real quick and see who is liable to make it into the last round. Space Ranger with a 5-0 sweep is definitely going to be in, with OG Donut going 4-1. Brier going 4-1 as well. Mad Casual 3-2. Zarich with another 3-2. Darcy Scoot in a 3-2 as well. Pancakes with Love 3-2 too. Do you see what I did there? I'm so clever. And then Garant finishing out with another 3-2. So we might be looking at points differences and stuff like that to determine who makes it into the rest. Chasing the heels, we have, of course, Kiwasao, Scaramouche, Montage, and then it looks like Godo, Dollard, Spiel, Hamster Spanker, Cobain, Liatui, and Egos. Not looking likely to make it into this. It's Turkey now, by the way, not the animal. I know, okay? Biggest betrayal since Istanbul into Constantinople.
I've seen Turkey before.
Not Turkey. Yeah, I know. I have to figure if the 3-letter code has actually changed. Egos. Hamster mentioned. I got shredded of... You should totally join them, Marco, in future ones, because, again, the Swiss format allows for a bunch of fights even if you get knocked out, which I think is really cool. But either way, do you have any final thoughts or head empty?
So, all right, I really liked how Camp played in that match. So I want to root for Camp. But Camp, you need to lock in. Don't meme. Do not meme with carries. That's all I gotta say. But I believe in you. Lock in.
Thank you. And of course, if you're not following the wonderful Suwu, who is my co-caster today, please do go follow her and be utterly upset at what you find. Enter at your own risk.
I do have many warnings, though.
Oh no, I have to wait 43 minutes before you're giving you another shout out. That's cringe. Either way, we're going to go on break. It's been great, lads. Ladettes, laderinos. Suwu, last word.
Hi.
Good last word. Bye. can't believe Becky said that about Stacy. That's fucking... Oh, ho, ho, whoa, whoa. Hey,
Oh.
hey. Hey, what's up, everyone?
Oh.
What is the crack? I am here. It's End of the with Suwusuri. Also known as Subi_X3. What's up? How are we all doing?
With the plug.
Sorry, excuse me. No, whatever. Okay, whatever. Jeez. Pancakes. There we go. All of the following matches are going to be streamed. What? With the what? I know, right?
I didn't say anything.
You didn't need to. That's the problem. Well, we have at least one of our players in so far who is going to be rocking the fists. Interesting. Space Ranger does have the Cestus by the looks of things, if I'm unmistaken. Oh no, it's his stars, because stars are illegal. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we're just waiting on... Ed, I miss when your streams are normal. No, you don't. Don't even pretend, cheese. I know what you are. Final bracket, change the name. Yeah, we're just waiting on Pancakes now to get in with love. And then we'll be good to go. And there, that does seem as though it's Pancakes. So let's take a quick peek at the build, shall we? Wowie.
Cream.
Right.
Okay. 69 strength. Let's go. On Space's end.
The bronze the bronze special. Versus the 53 cat. Interesting. 53 strength cat. Gonna be a rough one, especially given that it's Space Rangers on the stars. That's gonna hit like an absolute truck. Oh, good God.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
I wonder if he is the running tally, and I'd imagine he might have that strength tally as well, just to get some extra damage. That's gonna be brutal. Doesn't count the helm? Yeah. That's... Dear God. Owie. Owie. But either way. Are you ready? Are you prepared for the beginning of this final bracket, Suwusuri?
I am.
Give us the count in then at your leisure.
And a 3, a 2, a 1. LA.
Hitting us with the LA there from Kilo, but both players are rearing to go. Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening me. Coming out from the side of both players, of course, DLC Grease is banned on stars. But that doesn't mean that they don't still hit like an absolute truck. But he's going to have his heels clipped. The Space Ranger takes another little bit of damage there. Nice counter pressure there from the side of Pancake. Space here going to just give a little bit of ground here, waiting for that run R2. Goes for a running attack there as a bit of counter pressure, but jump R1 comes out free aimed. CR1 there comes out from the side of Pancake, not electing to go for the follow-up. Space Ranger kind of chilling here in neutral just a little bit, as we are going to see the Fists of Fury. Good roll there, the spinning slash from the side of Space as well. Both of them trying to chill out. Goes for that. The CR1 punish there, just about managing to clip him in this first wave of our first 2-3 brackets. Managing to keep getting that little bit of chip damage there. Goes for another running attack there. Good roll there from Space Ranger, trying to set up for that. Just a little bit too late on that R2 punish there for the running R2. As he is going to scurry directly into that spin slash. Going to cost him dearly. Into that trade, which Space is most certainly going to win. Oh my God, the strafe there of the R2 from the side of Pancake. The bravery. Uh-oh. Stuck in the corner there into another running attack. Spin slash comes out. Space Ranger definitely rolling every single bit of that. Not wanting to stick around. The reactor in question as a CR1 is going to come out there as a means of punishing. Oh, Space Ranger going to be clipped. Catch being caught there by the end of it. Space here maybe just not able to tank the second half of that as another running attack comes through. Jump R1 comes out over the top. Follow-up standing R1 comes through. Pancake's here with a fairly substantial life lead. Space going to be fishing for those R2s. Pancake probably going to set up for another run or two here to try and even it out. Standing R1, managing to go for that little bit of pressure. 8. Both sides even Steven, but no more. We do see that nice little bit of pressure coming out now. 482. Half the HP. At Space does now a quarter. I know my math. The Space is just going to chill out just out of distance here, try and wait for Pancake to make a mistake. And the spin slash might have been that mistake, as that jump is going to be punished. Beautiful aggression here comes out from the side of Space Ranger, and that is going to be all she wrote for that round 1.
So, dumb question.
Yes.
So, how come is it safer to use spin slash a lot like that into Fist?
In this particular arena, and given the range that the Kiba has, spin slash is kind of it's good in this arena because the corners are so compacted. It basically means that you're guaranteed to, if they're caught out of position, you're guaranteed the backswing from it. Space also they can't tank the second hit. It seems, yeah. He seems to be poise locking himself as well. So it's actually a pretty wise decision here. But a really good match. A really good showing from Pancakes as well. God damn. To make Space Ranger have to work that hard is pretty brutal. But either way, Sui, the one some people call sewage, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1.
Alley. As we are going to have it. Look at that. The Thunderbolt of Lightning is back out now once more. That DLC Grease looking at that run R2 managing to just clip Space. I have been in that position so many times. As we're going to see a little bit of a trade there. Space keeping up that aggression. Look at that spacing. He's found it. Look at that, going for that CR1 there to guarantee that nice little bit of a hit as well. Beautiful stuff. Going for that running attack there comes out, as we are going to see Space now set up for that aggro. Good jumps though from the side of Pancake to actually escape that. Really nice stuff as the R2 pressure there. Good aim downs from Pancake now once more, trying to get it. Oof, the spin slash coming through here. Jump attack trade! Interesting. The R2s! Ooh. Into the CR1, managing to get that tier. No tier skip today. Oh, the trades! But Space is not going to come out of that unscathed. Pancake is punching well above his weight. Even though he's on Kibas. And the uppercut to finish us out. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff there from the side of Space Ranger. There's a reason he's considered the best. Look at that adaptation there towards the end as well. A much different round. A struggle in the first part. But he managed to pull through. Go for it.
Props to Pancakes for being able to pressure Space like that and get him down like that.
It's no easy task. And yeah, the spin slash there at the end, he is able to... He is forcing Space Ranger to actually move off of that build. So that's actually pretty rough. And look at that, the running attack then to finish it. To just completely bamboozle. Discombobulate, one might say. As we have it. First lead in throwing. Not really, but either way, Suwu. Count us in.
3, 2, 1.
Right on cue. We have both of our players setting up now. Their buffs are up. Empty jumps there from the side of Space Ranger. Still going to be caught by that. The Kiba hitbox there is quite strange, but look at that. Good rollout there from the jumping attack there from the side of Space Ranger. Going for that spin slash once more, but look at that. The CR1. Good. Pancake's jumps here are really, really nice. Definitely throwing Space off, but not before Space Ranger says, no sir, this is my space. Get it? As we do see now another R2 there, and the Godskin Swaddling proc is going to go through. Trying to get that anti-air there with the R2s. Good CR1s there coming out now from the side of Pancake. Those jump outs there are really, really nice. But Space going to be caught in the one-man blender that is the spin slash. Oh me, oh my. Space been forced back now once again. Resetting into this neutral. Oh, there we go. He's found the spacing of it. He got the strafe. Pancakes can't really afford to do it as the Brontek comes in and the roll in to finish it out. The LeBron James roll in comes in, and that's going to be Space Ranger 3-0. And that cold Sever out to finish it out.
Wow.
Brutal. There's a reason they call him one of the best. And he has been around quite a while. I think we booted up one of the streams, Suvu. I think it was the first, the test tourney that we put together for ERPVP way back when. And Space Ranger's come a long way since that very first tourney. I forgot he was in it, to be honest. It's really nice to see. He's gone from the cutie all the way to being arguably one of the most consistent EU players, if Bron the GOAT didn't exist. So, GG's. Pancake made him fight for pretty much every square inch of ground in that first round. So GG's to Pancakes. And now we can move on onto our second round. But do you have any thoughts about that last fight?
No, just really clean play from Space, clean play from Pancakes. Space adapted, obviously, as he does, really well. Yeah, pretty good.
All right. We do have Mag Casual in this next round. Voices Zarich. Zarich. The mage.
The mage, ooh.
Not Zarlich. There we go. I got it. I figured it out. I couldn't understand my own thick accent there for a second. Alright. Let's ping the players. I have heard that this player is a mage, so I'm super stoked to see what shenanigans they're going to bring. Mag. It's going to be pretty high lat. Russia. Belarus versus NA. PW.
Flashbacks.
Jesus, I was going down the road there the other day, and I have to tell you, for fuck's sake, like, your man wouldn't pull over. I didn't know if he was fucking driving it or was he parking it or what the fuck he was at. Fucking shocking. There we go. That's about as hard as I can do it. I hope.
That was wonderful.
What did I say there? Okay. Okay, we have the players in. That's enough of that. Let's take a look and see what their builds are. What? Oh my god, what is this? Mag going to be rocking the Star Fists versus the Pata. Cypher Pata.
Oh, okay.
Oh god, this is going to be an interesting one.
I guess maybe for roll catch mix-ups with the weapon art.
Maybe. They can also, as they say in the business, shit damage as well because of the holy. So I'll be curious as whether we'll see the sort of light buff come out on it. Because it is still technically legal, but he might not have the stats to use it. But either way, we have both of our players in. Mag and Blue. Zarlich. Or Zarlich. The Lich of the Zars. We'll go with that. Give us the count in.
3, 2, 1. LA.
Kaboom, kabam, kaplowy. And if you had no particle, if you have a, oh my god. Catch flame, catch flame, catch flame. I'm gonna try and cover the attempt to ball us now as well, which Mag is gonna allow. Catch flame, catch flame. Nice, jump attack is gonna land. Mag is just gonna have to keep up that pressure. Could have gone for the rolling attack there to try and get the bit of burst dip, but the standing R1 is just gonna have to do instead as a jump attack which lands. Oh my god. Empty jump comes out now once more, going for that running attack there. We've seen some shenanigans come up from the side of Zarlich. Another running attack comes through.
Zarich might be out of FP.
It does. Has a little bit of gas in the tank yet. Nice attempted mix up there with the Wrath of Gold. But very, very low. As Mag is going to do the Pogger thing and just walk right into it. Oh, that is not where you want to be.
Yeah, corner pressured.
Wowie. Is that, never mind the Solitude. Yeah, I was going to say this is probably no aim punch armor. People are smart enough not to do that. But that is going to be Mag taking the first round in a fairly mean sweep so far. 1-0. Oh, the Warp to Crystal Lake is coming in. Remember when KJL and banned Briers for 2v2s? You see, I don't follow 2v2s, but that sounds really fucking funny. Alright. Suwu, give us the count in, bestie.
And 3, 2, 1.
The way you say the way you said "and" there, I thought you said "enda." I got confused for a second. I was like, "Oh, what happened? What went wrong? What did I do?" Uh-oh. 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 Oh no, I got the interrupt! I got away with it for free!
You got the drink for free too!
Oh, poor Mag. The frenzy was inescapable, folks. You heard it here first. As he's getting chipped down. No, Mag! No!
Oh my God! Beautiful.
1-1 on the scorecard. So now I'm so happy we have mages in brackets.
What a fucking sweet.
Oh, what's up, Chance the Rapper? Yeah, mage moment, just a little bit. Hang on, we have to see some of that again. I might have missed most of it. Hang on, where's the playback? I missed it. I was too busy giggling
it's
like a
almost like
schoolgirl.
Zarlich. It's almost like Zarlich was hiding his power until this second match. Unleashed everything that he had. He was hiding his spells.
The zoning. The zoning. Oh my god. Alright! Ladies and gentlemen. Subu, give us the count in.
And a 3, and a 2, and the 1.
Oh, my face hurts. Oh my god, it's the dragon!
The Monty deck.
Oh, I should totally not tell anyone and unban the lead elixir. I should do that someday and see who reads. Oh my god. Make it like a $500 tourney as well. That would be very unbrand. That is gonna be... Oh, he's getting chipped down though. He doesn't have the opportunity to go for the shenanigans. Oh my god! Explosions. This is why we play Elden Ring.
Is this why we play Elden Ring?
It's why I watch it habitually.
I was like, I don't play. This is why I don't play Elden Ring for this.
Oh my god, let's watch that again. Holy. Mag 2, Zarlich 1. He has like no armor, yeah, and he's paying for it. That's more or less. Whew. Oh, thank God I'm not playing in this bracket is all I have to say. Beautiful.
I would definitely lose to that mage for sure.
I probably would every time, TBH as well.
Yeah, I would.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we have both of our players in. Suwu. Now is your time.
Alright, and a 3, and a 2, and the 1.
Bolt is out. Some little flame, I don't even know what those are called, but I'm sure they're pretty epic. As we're going to see nice pressure there comes out from the side of Mag. We're going to see that catch flame now as counter pressure in just a second, unless that FP bar is very, very low. No desync there on the Flame Serpent that time though, which is kind of curious. Look at that damage from both of them. Oh my god! As that's going to be a little bit of a trade. Oh, Mag is not out of the woods yet. Oh, he was caught in the corner. Oh no!
Oh,
No!
yes! The goat! Zarlich, the goat!
Well done, well done. Match point, ladies and gentlemen.
That was nasty.
That was emotional. That was very emotional. A roller coaster of emotion. It's like, oh, is Mag going to get the rundown? No, he is not. He's going to get knowledge checked by the big explodey thing. Caught in the corner. Oh no.
Michael Bay movie.
And suddenly you have Jack's attention. Anyway, moving on. We do have, and it's not Megan Fox, I put it that way. We have both of our players in! Suwu. Give us the count in.
A 3, a 2, and a 1.
Olay. As we are going to see some bestial roars here as a Punisher.
Rar.
Okay, Mag is stuck in a corner. He does get clipped a little bit. Nice little bit of a trade right off the bat here. Into a jumping. Uh-oh. Can Mag prevent the mage from getting in? Uh-oh. Some decent rolls there coming out. We should ban rolls. Oh, and the jump over the top! Mag is in the corner, though. The big EP is not going to happen. Managing to get that little bit of a ghost hit there. Into a trade. Zarich has to be careful here. Setting up for shenanigans again.
Do it now, Zarlich. Now.
Don't quite know what he's setting up for here.
I see the vision.
Uh-oh. As a jump over the top there to try and get away with the catch flame. As Mag's tears popped. Oh no! Mag got clipped by it! No!
Stagger! Fucking stagger! Yo! Yo!
Yes, let's fuck. Oh, okay, let's watch that one back. You know what? For that one Stone Club mirror we had in that one tourney, I think Mag deserves it, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God I'm not playing in this bracket.
Mag, I can recommend you a therapist after this.
No, the intergenerational trauma is too much to handle. I'm sorry, Suwu. It's gonna take NA East is gonna have a wound upon it. Alright, either way, good match. Space Ranger forced to fight Caster again. You hate to see it, truly. Alright, let me log the scores. I hope you polished your thrusting sword, Space. As we have now OG Donut versus Darcy.
Darcy.
Darcy's Scout.
Spiel plays on Minecraft.
True. Alright, Darcy. Or did I put Darcy in twice? No, I didn't. Okay. Alright. Let me just ping the players. I think Donut's currently in, because that does not look like Darcy. Nice. Okay. What an emotional roller coaster, folks. That was powerful.
That was I kind of want I want Zarlich to win.
You want him to win?
I want him to win.
You're gonna
I
do
think
our homie Space Ranger dirty like that?
I think so. I'm sorry, Space, but
That's crazy. That's
that's
crazy.
just magical.
Literally and figuratively, I'd imagine.
Yes.
But Darcy's on her way. Alright. That's why everyone hates you, damn!
I'm well aware, don't worry.
Is that the equivalent of a no you? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Mag, honest to goodness, as much as we're memeing on him, had the right idea of just going for bolts, the wall aggression, but some really nice sleep pots did come out there and just disrupted him pretty badly. Caster's curse, easy peasy. True. So, it was just kind of unfortunate. I think he had that other round if he didn't get get bamboozled, confused even, by the sleep pots. I think he would have actually had that round, which is pretty unfortunate, bestie. Alright, but either way, enough of the past. It's time for the future. It's going to be Donut versus Darcy. And look at those builds.
They have pretty similar builds.
54, 54,
At least with the
44,
stats.
41. Yeah, it's pretty much identical there, but there's some very key differences on the side of Darcy compared to Donut.
Yeah, I see that.
Maybe you weren't the
Donut's
last of the Gugs mains, Suisuri. I'm sorry.
Shamshir, I'm not. I think Darcy might be a better Gugs main than me, honestly.
With the every hotbar filled to the gills, but either way, Suwu, are you excited?
I am excited.
Then give us the count in.
3, 2, 1.
Alright. Bolt out. Players buffed. Rearranging their inventory, as we are going to see Darcy try and get that nice little bit of damage. Good poke comes out there, but it is not going to land. And this here tries to go for that R2, but the jump R2 I think got the interrupt there from the side of Donut, who is going to be taking a little bit of damage. Good rollout though. Running R1, trying to get the hit. Are we going to see the attempt now? We do see Donut poisoned. We are seeing Darcy just existing in the space, but unfortunately clipping the heels there. Donut reconsidering going for that bolus there, not wanting to get hit, as we are going to see that jump R1 actually land. Darcy trying to find the space here to get those punishes in. Run R2 comes out to her to try and get that nice little bit of a punish into the standing R1 trade. Darcy still having tier. Going to be interrupted though. That was pretty risky. Almost could have been a tier skip. As that run R1 comes out there, not quite making the damage. As we are going to see that squawk come in clutch. Darcy having to be a little bit more wary. Oh, but the free aim just wasn't enough. As Donut reconsidering going for that little bit of damage, but the run R2 trying to perhaps go for the tier skip. Donut having to skedaddle back into neutral here. The Starfists are out, and Darcy not going for Blue Feather here is going to be pretty tragic. But had an attempt to actually even that one out. GG's.
GG's.
OG do not. Managing to come through. What was the name, Donut? What was the name of that streamer who started making you fan art? You should definitely fire their stream and chat, because they're fucking adorable. Yeah, someone's going around making cute fan art of Donut and some of the Soulzoids. Not quite as impeccable as Cheese. I'd like to seen the heal tally swap. Yeah, it's not many that do it. There are funny things you can do to minimize the amount of damage that poison does do, which is kind of cute. But either way, Sue, give us the count in.
And 3, 2, 1.
Boom, you see? We're professionals. We got it right on time. As we are going to see. There she blows! As that is going to be the harpoon managing to get the land there. I'm looking at this here. We do see that run R2 coming out there to try and get that punish. But we're going to see Darcy go for those unlocked standing R1s there to just throw off the timing a little bit. Still hasn't even out the health difference! Almost managing to get that punish there. And the CR1 is going to come through there into that off dagger. Another free aim. Looking at it here. Darcy moving back. Yeah, really nice spacing there. Especially given that the ping is going to be pretty abysmal here. Empty jump comes out there, not actually able to land it. Oh, the free aim just not quite able to land, but that is going to be a trade, but the spin slash is going to break her hyper armor. Into that nice punish. Goes in for that running attack there. Into the toggle. Good space though from the side of Donut.
The wall bunk. Tech.
Darcy there with the off dagger. Into that. Aims down, unfortunately. Both sides very, very low. This could go either way. Darcy swapping over onto the two-handed dagger, I think.
Oh.
Nice attempt there. Interesting. As far as finishers go, oh, clipped her heels. That is going to be OG Donut taking the W. Nice. So very, very close round, despite the matchup disadvantage there. From the side of Darcy. Very, very nice stuff. But Donut is going to be up 2-0 currently. Yeah, interesting swap there over to the Misery. I know that the hitbox on the Mangouche is actually a much better pick, especially when trying to finish people off. But I'm not sure if that's going to be build dependent or not. I've not really looked much into it. But a damn good roll there. Good read. Yeah, keep in mind the inferior defense as well. That is also a good point here. Why is Goosh better? Mostly because it has a much longer hitbox, and on top of it being much harder to strafe because of the lower part of the hitbox being wider as well. It's just weird. It's considerably longer. Look at the range table. Yeah, but the range table, it's the lower hitbox, so it prevents strafes as well. There's some weird qualities to it. But either way, we do have both of our players in. Ready to go. Give us the count in again, Sue, for match point for Donut.
And the 3, 2, 1, go.
Kaboom, kabam, kaplowy. Oh, the rot. Not able to land it though. Good jump there from Darcy. There we go. Good roll out there once more. Into that. That was a very nice bit of pivot. Changed it there as well. Oh, and the roll out there as well.
Crouch roll's putting in work.
Yeah, definitely the recovery here is actually pretty wild. But those run R2s... Again, Darcy is pretty brutal with them because they do that extra damage. Apparently they do more than a jump R2, which is pretty funny as well.
I did not know that.
No, you do. You have been given the critical information.
Thank you.
Here we go. We're going to see that. Look at that. Not wanting to commit to a press here. Oh, the block does come in though. Darcy taking a little bit of damage from that exchange. Possibly trying to go for a strafe there, which is very, very risky. Donut hasn't really taken much damage this set. Not in a long while here. Uh-oh. Darcy managing to get it in there, and the toggle over to the dagger. Possibly had the opportunity there for a roll R1. It's decided Darcy, but she keeps getting clipped there from range. But she has to be very, very careful here. Oh, clipped another jump R2 comes in. Turnaways there from the side of Donut, clipping Darcy once more. Oh, the harpoon comes out, but it's jumped!
Ooh, the freeing harpoon.
The bestial roar then to follow up there just in case. Oh my god, the giant's hunt! But unfortunately, she memed too close to the sun. GG's. 3-0 in the favor of Donut. And that is going to be the match. GG's, GG's.
GG's.
Nicely done. It's a pleasure having you in as ever, Darcy. Good to have you in. As I'm just going to log that score real quick. 3-0 in the favor of Do Not. And now it's going to be Brier versus Shu up next. I'm pretty stoked to see how that one's going to go. Insane fights. Yeah, there's some good fights here. The top 8 is actually pretty interesting. Alright, cool. She's off tag? No? Yeah, she's toggling to it. Off misery. Alright. Brier. Let me just ping the players.
The pinger.
In question. Alright, cool. So the top 4 currently is Space Ranger versus Zarich. And then it's Donut versus the winner of whoever this is. And then there is a 3rd place match for that. I think it's... How much did I decide in the end? I think it was like $10. But there is a consolation prize for 4th place where I will call them nice words. I think that's a good... I think that's the best prize possible, to be honest with you. So all is not lost. All will not be lost. Is there anyone else trying to ping me for anything? No, we're all good. Yeah, Shu made it into the top 8 bracket. ADBC or whatever your name is. There we go. Alright, we have 1 player in so far. And VHZ. So true, bestie. Alright,
you said VHC.
VZH, sorry. I'm brain broken right now.
Getting old.
It's more the you know, just listen.
Too much fencing. Too much brain damage.
God. Imagine.
Too many nights with Sleep Mover. The bimification process is going well. You're welcome.
Alright, I think we're just waiting on Brier. I don't know where the fuck he is. Please, Brier. We need you now. Does he does know that he's in, right? Ah, he's on his way. Never mind. As we see the training montage here from the side of Shu, practicing the most useful move. Femda, I'm very sorry, Turquoise. Femda isn't real. She can't hurt you, no matter how much you wish she could. I'm sorry.
Not much progress on the force front, though. Need Eye of the Tiger or something.
Hey! Damn rude. Okay, we have both of our players in. Let's change the subject very quickly. Oh my god, it's gonna be a... Is it gonna be? No. Hang on a second. I feel like I've done something wrong. There we go. There we go. 50 Faith. Shamshir versus the 64 strength Fists. Jesus.
Fish.
Alright.
Starfishies.
Starfish. Okay, never mind. Moving on. We have both of our players in. Sue, will you give us the count in at your leisure, bestie?
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Uh-oh. I know what's coming. This is going to do nuclear levels of damage with 0 recovery. In true Elden Ring fashion. Yep, the Sacred Blade is out. I think this, damage-wise, is probably going to outcompete the stars. Which is a curiosity. Good roll out there. Comes out now from the side of Shu. Brier here moving in for some nice little bit of pressure. Interdasting. Neither side necessarily wanting to engage here, which is pretty understandable. Although I will say that Brier is going for that little bit of pressure. Look at that damage, though. Shu does outcompete there with the R2. Going for that Sacred Blade now once more is going to be the side of Brier. Running R1s come out now from the side of Shu, playing it very patiently. Is Shu seemingly waiting, and waiting very patiently for that buff to actually wear off, so she can get some guaranteed damage off. Oof, good rollouts now come out now from the side of Shu. Oh, look at that, the turn and burns come in. Brier not quite sure. Some slaughter steps coming out now from the side of Shu. Trying to bait a mistake, but look at that. We do see the Sacred Blade coming out. R2 almost managing to hit. Looking for that Godskin proc, though. Shu expecting now some counter pressure as we do see the roll-ins. Run R2 comes out. Is going to get that interrupt, though, on the R2. Into the backstab! Fisher.
Beautiful.
What is for breakfast? Absolutely nothing, because it's Elden Ring. Disappointing. As we do see those empty jumps coming through and running attack.
Here.
Try to go up that backswing. Look at that damage! Running attack there, going to come through, get a little bit of chip. Do you want some chips with that? This is Shu. And the answer from Brier is obviously yes. A large.
Ooh.
Jump comes out over the top there, but alas, it's not to be. Brier still has some gas in the tank left, as we do see that free aim to try and get the catch. No, handy isn't forbidden, but there's not much point really. Oh, nice attempt to whiff punish there, but this is fists we're talking about. 76 HP on the board. We do see the handy tech come out there, and that is going to be the R2 to finish it out. GG's. That is going to be Shu taking that first stock. Oh, no, Brier actually taking it. Huh? No, it... Huh? What's going on? Yeah, it is Brier. Have I messed up the players this entire time?
Did you mess up the colors?
No. No, it was Brier who took the win there. You won? Oh, never mind. Shu 1-0. Sorry, I'm confused. What's going on here? Brier. Yeah, it's red. Never mind. They're on the wrong side. I'm so stupid. GG's. GG's. Ugh. Okay. It's been a long tourney, folks. No thoughts at empty. All right. Shu's 1-0.
It's because I'm here.
It's your brain damage is contagious. Thank you. All right. Either way. Suwu, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1.
We tried. Okay, we tried. Don't worry about
Sorry.
it. As we are going to see the fancy light show come out there. No punish there from the side of Shu. As basic grease is going to be out from the side of Shu. as that is the only restriction. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Only restriction on Starfists. Running attack comes out there. That is going to be Shu, actually, with the life disadvantage to start off here. By about 200 HP, which is kind of interesting. Running attack comes through there, managing to get that. Another running coming through there. 300 HP, but look at that there. It can even out so quickly against stars. Starfish just hit like an absolute truck, but look at that. The sacred blade to the side of the jaw there. And the Mashu! Dear Lord.
Mashu, get it?
See, you understand true comedy, as you're going to see now that standing R1 coming out now. Are we going to see a swap from Brier? No, we don't need to. But that is going to be Brier taking it 1-1 so far. GG's. Nicely done. Another classic 110 matchup. In full swing.
Might be.
Why, whatever would you say, Subu?
No, nothing.
Oh,
Nothing.
okay, either way. We're the mumbler in question. Alright, let's crack on. Nice fight. We're just seeing Brier sticking to what he knows, although we might see a change. I'm not sure. Either way, we have both players in and ready to go. 1-1 on the scorecard. Give us the count in, Suwu.
3, 2, 1. God damn.
We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Okay.
That was fast.
Fastest gun in the West, as we are now going to see that Sacred Blade coming out now, getting that extra little bit of damage. But those jumps here are going to be absolutely brutal. The Shu is going to go in for that little bit of damage. Brier currently with the life disadvantage, which, given that he's going to be playing for those trades, is going to be pretty rough. Oh, look at that R2! 500 HP left! Dear God! In heaven above.
Melted.
It's like my brain after watching Elden Ring for nearly 3 hours. Oh, a nice turnaround there comes out now from the side of Brier. Uh-oh. Looking at this here. You see that rollout come out now once more. Good. Stutter in there, trying to bait out. The parry! Brave. She with the life advantage, not realizing that Brier is also on a damage intensive setup, but it's not going to matter as the trade comes through. That is going to be Shu taking it. And a 2-1 lead. Shu on match point. G?
I have another dumb question.
What is the dumb question?
What else could you play into Starfist?
Trusting Sword, but from watching an awful lot of tourney matches, it feels as though an awful lot of Trusting Sword players do lose into Fists. PSSS is also, weirdly enough, not a terrible pick, just because you have an awful lot of keep out, which means that they can't just bum rush you. Is she using normal greases? Yes, she is. Or yes, they are. Sorry. There's a few things. Anything that has decent keep out here. Wacky on board, Talons, PSSS, off rack, Sword Lance. Yeah, you have an awful lot of picks, but most people tend to stay off of off rack and Sword Lance, especially in money tourneys for whatever reason. They want to be honourable, on little honour chunguses. But either way, we do have both players in. Dignity. Gives the count in.
3, 2, 1.
Look at that. Look at that. We're so pro. We're so pro. We got this, okay?
So pro bestie.
And the screams coming out here now from the side of Shu. And the bags! Into the kick! Oh my lord. Good. Nice little bit there as we do see that running attack there. Nice free M. Try and get it, but not to be. The Sacred Blade is out either way, despite the screaming match that ensued. looking at the turnaways there come out. Good running attack now coming out once more into a running once more from the side of Shu. Putting that first little bit of chip in. As you see that standing R1 coming out there. Oh, but look at that, the anti-air there from the R2s. Brutal. But Brier's not out of it yet. Both of these setups have incredibly low recovery. Into that whiff punish, into the backswing. The parry again. Ooh, good roll out there once more. And the backwards jump into the backswing, realizing he had prio with it. But look at that. Bonk! From this comes out from the side of Shu. Again, this here, good another rollout now once more. Oh, look, the anti-airs for days. Not a hop, skip, and a jump. But Shu's taking a little bit of damage. Brier having to play very carefully around those R2s. Empty jump that comes out now once more. Almost managing to get it into that running attack there. Not the parry this time. The conditioning. The strengthening and conditioning. Truly a shampoo commercial if ever there was one. Going for that standing R1. Oh, those R2s are brutal into the running attack. Shu getting some serious value out of them. Backswing though. Looking at that there, the parry going to be punished. Shu has to be careful. We're a jump R2 away from tier skip potential. Good free aim there just to try and get the hitbox out a little bit quicker. Nice. Free aims come out now from the side of Brier. Actually managing to get away, but unfortunately not able to do it. And the backwards butt bows.
Damn.
A little bit of BM. Damn. Brier not making it into top 4. Unfork bestie. Unfork bestie.
The thorn has been removed.
Yeah, with care. Apply plenty of alcohol afterwards. Sterilize the wound. Alright, 1, 2, 3. In favor of Shu. Damn, what a shit joke. Damn! Wow. Anti-fans. You have some anti-fans now, Suvu. God damn.
No, I think this is an anti-fan against you. You're the one who originally made the thorn joke.
Now we're obfuscating. Nicely done. Nicely done. Try to hide. Try to hide it. Alright. It's now going to be Space Ranger versus a mage. Changing the subject very quickly. Sue is my bestie. Would you from the hit new Black Country New Road album? Real? Reala? Alright, well we are on the semi-finals. Still best of 5s.
Semi-final.
Semi-finals. The semis. So there's going to be space. Do we have our players in? Oh my god, I just looked at the gif you sent, by the way. I didn't know it was a gif. Oh my god. Alright, moving on. Jesus.
Shut up.
Never change. Never fucking change. Jesus.
Of course.
Alright, let's take a look at the builds. Ooh. No, that is definitely... Imagine. The Uno Reverso. That would be pretty powerful. Alright, there's Zarich. He's going to be on that 22 Arcane, 55 Faith, Space, Highlight Message, Space, Ranger, rocking that 50 Strength Kiba. Oh me, oh my. Curious. On the Chainmail Gauntlets. Interesting. I wonder if there's a particular poise breakpoint he's trying to hit with that. But either way, Suwu, are you excited for the particle effects we're about to see?
Zarich, I'm rooting for you.
Highlight message Space Ranger in chat, please. Alright, ladies and gents, on a 3, on a 2, on a 1. Allez! Okay, this here, the Flame Serpent comes out there, getting Space Ranger with a little bit of damage. Goes for that run R2. Empty jump over the top there, managing to catch him. Aim downs here, waiting for that catch flame. Into the CR1s. Brutal! Spin slash goes burn. That's going to be the tier gone. Zarich is going to have to find a way to get some spacing in here, as that bleed proc is going to be rolled. And the full R1 chain comes out here from the side of Space Ranger. Almost managing to get that hit with the CR1 into it again. And highlight message. Space Ranger takes the first round. Jeez. My lord.
GG's.
Sheesh. No, that's not the one. Where's instant replay? There we go.
Master Zarlich. I believe.
Kiba meta IMO. It definitely seems that I'll probably have a thought about looking at Spin Slash on it. Now that it's quite represented. I'm thinking about it. It's on the list, but I don't know how well it does without it. So we might see for a tourney or two what happens. Whether or not it gets any representation without it. You sure it's just space carrying? We'll see. But either way, both players are in. Suwu, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1.
I'm sorry, I was too slow. Please forgive
okay.
me. Please forgive me. It won't happen again.
Here, it's okay.
Alright, as we are going to see now. Some magic scene destruction. And I have to say, I hate it! I hate waking up. Being chained to this Kiba every day. Forced to make high-tier plays for the corporate higher-ups. And showcase that magnificent talent. And magnificent talent it is look at those schmixes coming out there as Zarich is able to escape. Ooh, nice attempt there at a frame trap, but look at that. Space Ranger is right in on top there as the standing R1 comes out. Space isn't his first rodeo versus Mage, as he wasn't expecting that poise break there as the catch flame comes out, but look at that, the corner pressure into a loading screen for Zarich. That is going to be a 2-0 in the favor of Space Ranger. Again, the winner of this match is guaranteed a prize pool, so that is something to keep in mind. Whereas this will have to fight for the ability to call them, for me to call them nice words. Interesting. Yeah, Space has gotten the general vibe on how to deal with the big explodey thing that had the name escapes me completely. And look at that.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I was gonna say I have no idea what the big spell is.
The DLC and its consequences. Alright! We have both of our players in. Mesmer's Orb, yeah, it's Flame Serpent is the other one. I always mix them up. But either way, so woo. Give us the count in.
3, 2, 1.
You got this, bestie. You got this.
God.
Alright, either way, we are going to see Wrath of Gold coming out there to try and get that immediate punish on the aggression, but Space Ranger is smarter than your average bear. As we are going to see those resets in now once more. The run R2 comes out there, empty jump out over the top. Managing to get that pre-space in, going for that R2 into the CR1, but Space Ranger is going to walk directly into the catch flame. One might say that the flame caught. Interesting strafe there, as well as the catch flame comes out with a nice trade. Space Ranger winning it by a fairly substantial margin as the spin slash comes out into that immediate punish. Wrath of Gold comes out there, but it isn't going to catch. I don't think that's caught in this tourney yet so far as the interrupt. The anti-air into the spin slash. As we do see Lightning Seam Destruction and the reset into neutral. None of those managing to hit. I think that's the first time this tourney that's happened as the Frost Pot is going to land. It's chilly out there. A song of ice and fire, if you will, folks. As we do see the catch managing to land.
Catch flame.
Oh, managing to catch. The Wrath of Gold has finally landed. Space Ranger forcing those rolls in the corner into the anti-air, and that's going to be Space Ranger moving on into the finals. But
Fraught pot? The frotting pot.
I hate you all so much. GG's. How did I didn't. GG.
When the fraught procs.
Let's take a look at that last match again. Oh, people watching the VOD are going to be very confused. We are reading chat, just to clarify. Just to clarify. Oh, my lord. 3-0. The favor of Space Ranger. Now it's going to be OG Donut versus Shoe.
OG Donut versus Shoe.
Oh, my lord.
I think I'm rooting for Shoe in this one.
Nah, Donut's a home. Actually, Donut. Both of them are homies. The problem is, both of them are pretty funny. Like, again, the age... Oh, the reason Shoe has VIP in my chat is because during one of the tournaments it was Dante and... I need to look away from our DMs real quick. Jesus fucking Christ. Who was it at all? It was Dante and Naboria casting. And Shu hit us with the best thing that has ever been said in my chat, which is, hey look, it's your dad, your mom's boyfriend casting. I have never forgotten it. Holy shit. So fucking peak. Alright, either way. Let's take a look at the builds. Let's take a peek. Do not... Here, let me capitalize that real quick. Oh damn, what am I doing here? Donut. Voices. Doesn't matter shoe. Would you see?
Shoe.
Thrusting sword into fists. We're seeing some changes happen in real time. Going over for that Lionel's to try and get that extra little bit of resistance. Donut, of course, pretty much optimal anti-strike damage here. So, pretty much good plays. Pretty good plays, as we both see. Min-maxing out to the nines. Disgusting sweaties. Here ye shitters, as we have both of our players in and ready to go. Shu, no, not Shu. Subu. Give us the count in.
Yes, Enda. 3, 2, 1.
I was delayed. I was distracted. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Rawr.
X3. As we have both of our players going in for their relative buffs. Screaming at each other from Kilo. Shu setting up for that non-DLC grease. Which I'll be curious to see what the damage differential is here. This is a matchup I am curious about.
We'll see.
Well, for one reason is they've always been close in the past, but I have buffed Thrusting Sword in the rule set because of some of the other shenanigans that's allowed. But I am curious to see how it deals with the Star Fists, especially given the Star Fists are restricted, whereas Thrusting Sword is marginally not. So this is actually a very, very useful match here.
Especially between Donut and Shu.
We're both mostly at the same skill level, I'd say. I'd say it's actually pretty close. Shu's done very, very well into this tourney so far, and same with OG Do Not. trainer of Kevin's. Nice. That running attack is going to land there. Setting up for that R2 pressure, but... there we go. That's some big damage there into a little bit of a mash there to try and punish. An attempt to run R2 that could come out there to try and catch a roll out. Very, very smart play there from the side of Shu, but unfortunately, Do Not is not going to budge. Very good roll discipline there with the Godskin Swaddling proc coming out now as well. Oh, that's nasty. As it's evened out now pretty well, but that R2 is going to catch. And the parry!
Parry.
No shot. Oh, Mo, that could have tier skipped. That would have been pretty fucking funny. Holy moly. Neither side is tier, both are pretty even. Shu could face tank it there to go for a run attack into it, but the parry again! Donut is very, very low. Managing to get that catch, resetting, careful of that R2 that's coming out. Half expecting there the run R2, but unfortunately he's going to whiff it. That was a good fucking fight. Holy. Very even as well, all the way through. Up until the parry. Even with the parry, it was pretty even. Oof. Very, very nicely done from the side of both of them. Yeah, I think I'm pretty comfy with that matchup as is. Waiting for parry full armor swap in tourney. We'll get bare bones in next week, then it'll happen, trust. That was a good fucking match though. Just that whiffed. Have to be careful with those run R2s. Considering that's most setups win condition into it. Very, very nice. But give us the count in, Suwu, once again.
3, 2, 1.
We got it. We got it with style and grace. And we see Donut immediately moving out of the corner there, not wanting to get hit by some vegetable roars. Standing R1's coming out now. Into that run R2 that comes out. So standing R1. Into the parry again!
Oh, the style.
Resetting into neutral then. Donut currently punching drywall. Parry into drywall punch tech. Oh, the Shamshir is out. Interesting. But that's going to be an unfortunate trade. Good punish there of the attempted parry. That was actually quite nice. Jump R2 there to try and get that punish. Oh, that running attack is absolutely brutal. Into the follow-up spin slash. That's going to be 2 in the favor of 1. 1 in the favor. And it's actually a 1-1. I never logged the score, Rippa.
Rippa.
It is 1-1, isn't it? I think it is. Because, no, I'm not sure. No, it's 2-0. 2-0, sorry.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track. Sorry, folks. 2-0 in the favor of Shu. Shu definitely not wanting to fight the mage. You'd think I'd be good at counting to do, considering I play off stock. But apparently not. Alright, either way. Both players in. Suwu, give us the count in again.
I don't know if I can count to 2. Three.
3-1. There we go. We're all good. that was close enough. Good attempt. As we see the thrusting sword back on now in Donut, who does not want to drop a stock here. Good patience, but that R2 is definitely not patience. Going for the attempted backstab there, but the pivot caught him. Nice trade. Backstab! This match has gone critical.
Rough hot.
But then R2 for his troubles there on that mistake. No shot!
Ooh. Holy shit.
Both players are relatively even though. Oh, never mind. Tear gone there. Now they're even, pretty much. Oh, that was close. Oh, nice! No, that's what he's looking for. Oh, that's not what he's looking for, though! And that is going to be Shu moving on. 3-0. In the favor of doesn't matter Shu. God damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty content thus far with my with allowing thrusting sword the grease. I think that was a good that's a decent decision in the current meta, especially when there's tier skips in play and stuff. With Shu 1, 3-0 and a sweep. Very bad win? Probably never, because shit like that is hype as fuck.
Being able to get fist parries is pretty impressive.
Consistently as well. I know that parries in general are kind of a feels bad for a player thing, but for tourneys that do not revolve around a ladder, I think that they're pretty epic, personally. I think that having silly shit happen. I understand that at least some of the shield parries are kind of a bit wild. 3-0. Yes, there we go. 3-0. So, ladies and gentlemen, wowzers. Wowzers. As we move on, I just need to change the stream title once again. No, not YouTube. Only for Twitch. Finals. We are on to the last 2 matches. Wow. And it's only 3 hours. That's crazy. And we had some delays.
Thank me.
Bronze match will be first. We're going to take just a 2-minute break while I get some water and refresh myself. But Tsuwu, do you have any thoughts? Or is head empty?
Head is empty, and
good job, everyone.
that is all I'm good for.
Just want to say, before we crack on, a special thank you to all the players. Space Ranger, Garant, Shu, Godo, OG Donut, Zarich, Mag Casual, Hamster Spanker, Brier, Egos, Kiwasau, Liatui? I have no idea. Darcy, Scout, Cobain, Pancakes, Camp Spiel TV, It's Montage, and Dollard, and Scaramouche. Thank you all so much. It's been an absolute pleasure having you all in bracket. We are going to take a quick break before we move on to the finals. It's been absolutely phenomenal having you all in. And for everyone else, Siren_WR, thank you for the follow. I'm sorry, I'm kind of busy doing other stuff, and as you can see, distracted enough as is. But yeah, we're going to take a quick break. But Suwu, the final word is yours before we take a break.
I love chocolate cake.
Goodbye. Hello, everyone. You are very welcome back to the tourney. We, of course, have the bronze match up first between Donut and Zarich, which should be pretty exciting. Joining me is still, of course, the wonderful Sui underscore X3.
Sui underscore X3. That's right.
That's so you, bestie. But we have both
My
players
part.
in. Let's take a peek at the build. Donut rocking the sword lance. Oh my god. Okay. Versus the shenanigans, the mage shenanigans here. 55-22. Wowzers.
Okay.
Wow.
We'll see what Donut's cooking.
Cooking up the meal. But let's crack on now with this match. Ladies and gentlemen. Sue, give us the countdown.
Defense.
Oh, it is, actually. That's pretty funny. Give us the countdown at
3,
your leisure. Yeah, here we go.
2, 1.
We almost messed it up. We got there. As we are going to see now, that immediate Stormblade there coming out now on the Sword Lance here. From the side of OG Donut. Into that absolutely crazy damage into the... Almost managing to get at the R2. Follow up R1 aimed down. He's going to be taking a considerable amount of damage here. Into that R2, but he is going to be staggered out of it. Follow up R1. Goes for the follow up there. Zarich is very, very low. But then again, so is Donut. Almost trying to get that. The good turnaround there. Almost managing to be caught by it. But that is going to be... Oh, he's sleepy!
Gonna get punished though.
Sleeping on the job. Goes for that follow up R1. Interesting. Goes for the follow up once more. Not going to be caught by it, but the Stormblade comes out just to try and get that catch. Trying to get that punish there as well. Both sides going for the flask. The R2 just not able to connect there as a jump R1 comes out. We're seeing Zarich run away. Goes to that follow-up. The tier has been procced. Oh, but the Wrath of Gold! Managing to just catch in the end of it there. Donut is very low.
Oh.
84 HP!
Oh.
And that is going to be Zarich taking the first stock in this first 2-3. Uh-oh. 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 Close match, though, considering the circumstances.
Yeah, very close.
Didn't miss that replay, though. Rip. There we go, we saved that.
Rip in pieces.
Rip and piddle. Never mind, it's fine. Alright, anyway, moving on. Round 2. This first 3 bronze match for however much money I've decided to put into it. Zarich 1, Donut 0. Sue, count us in.
3, 2, 1.
Away. Oh my god, besties, we said it at the same time.
God, we're twinsies.
Oh no, he missed the jump R1 into some more shenanigans. The R2 he's going to be stuck in. The sleepy is real, but he jumps the proc. The R2 is going to come out there into that follow-up. The catch flame though, 1600 to 1000. Into that follow-up R1 there, which is going to get that break. Into another follow-up. Into the R2! Uh-oh. Donut has peered into the Matrix. He is seen. He's starting to believe. Jesus, that is some serious damage. Good God. Good God. Look at that, the R2 through it. It's just able to... The Sword Lance is just able to output so much damage. It's kind of insane. Like, it's obscene what that thing can do. Like, if Sasimoto didn't keep bothering me to get rid of it on the rule set, it would be long gone. Yeah, those jump-ins there are absolutely brutal. Catching there as well. Ugh. Emotional damage is real. Seal. Alright, either way. We have both players in. Sue, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1. LA.
LA. Oh my god, he might have actually just gotten the rot off, which he did.
He did.
The R2, nice turnaround there from the side of Zarich. Getting that catch flame off pretty much for free. But look at that, the follow-up into the R2! Into the follow-up, that's the tier god in 4 hits! Unfortunately, a HTS tracking moment there. Managing to catch Donut, evening this one out by a fairly substantial margin. Follow-up R1 not managing to land. Donut resetting. Oh, good god. Uh-oh. The R2!
Oh, wow.
Managing to tank it into the Shamshir. Backswing, but Zarich is going to skedaddle away. Catching Donut there with the catch flame. No backswing here this day. Into another backswing! And the turnaround there's Donut 2. Zarich 1. Oh my lord. This is kind of anyone's fight here. Oh, wait, hang on a second. I pressed the wrong button. No! No!
Come now.
My professionalism in shambles right now. It's Jover. There we go. Yeah, that R2 can tank that apparently. That's pretty funny.
I don't understand how. But
probably because hyper armor is insane right now. That's probably the worst. The worst part of this current patch is just the fact that the hyper armor is so weird in how it works. The move has
no HA.
Huh? The R2, no? I thought he tanked it with the R2. Not sure. I could be misunderstanding. No, I'm talking about the sword lance.
Oh.
The sword lance R2. Yeah. That's what I was on about. Anyway, doesn't matter. We have both of our players in. Suwu. What could be match point?
3, 2, 1.
LA. Bolt out. Oh, managing to get that little bit of damage to start us off. Almost managing to get that interrupt there as the R2 comes out just a little bit too late. No R2. Unfortunately, the catch flame is gone. Managing to get that catch. But do not. Skedaddled. Almost managing to get that, but that is the tier gone for Donut, which is pretty risky business. Oh my god, he got that interrupt! Donut not out of it yet. Almost managing to get that roll catch. Good roll discipline though from the side of Donut as he takes that last one. Speaking of rolls of discipline there, we do see Zarich. Will we see that swap over to Red Feather Raksasha? Oh my god! What? Yeah, Sword Lance is gone, guys. Sword Lance is gone. Fuck it. Sasso, you can ask me again. It's gone. Is this the same rule set as Ladder? There's a good few changes to Ladder Chord Turquoise. But Sword Lance is legal as Ladder. There's actually more restrictions on Sword Lance. So there's a couple of differences. So that is OG Donut taking 3rd place. Only an issue on High Lat. It's pretty overrepresented currently. I just don't like the 4 shots, especially in a tier where I have tier and stuff like that. Think about it, please. I'll consider. But I've seen it win more of my tourneys that I'm nearly bored of seeing at space. I will think about it. That's going on the list of things to think about. It's about as restricted as I can currently. There's no Chilling Mist. There's no Spear Tally. Valid banter instead? No. I like tier. I find it very interesting. ERP coping. Well, that is Donut taking 3rd place. And Zarich, we have to say, what nice things will we say about Zarich? Seeing as he's gotten that 4th place.
Zarlich, good job. You did really well. And mages are supreme. And mages should be at the top of the meta, in my opinion. Besides from Uggs. And yeah, good job.
I really like the build. Really, really thought the aesthetic lore build was really, really cute and cool. Yeah, there we go. Very, 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 very fun. Fun fight. All right, finals. Grand finals. Shoo. Yeah, if you could DM me your thoughts on it, because I have some thoughts myself. I'd be kind of curious to see where we meet in the middle.
Sue, you're fired. Why?
Who's the other narrator? It's Suwu. Here, I think we should have had the time to give another shout out.
Oh, Donut rated.
Donut! Oh my god! Real? Welcome in. Gamers. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you all in, folks. Yeah, there's a few kind of funky things that are on my rule set that I'll need to look at. But either way, let me get the last match of the tournament, which is going to be a 1st to 4. You have both of them in. Alright, let's take a quick peek at the builds when I may get everything set up. Rain check. Space. Alright, let's take a look at the builds. We're going to be seeing Shu on that misery court.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Oh
no! Evil.
Evil creature. Nibbling on the wires. Oh no. And then we have Space Ranger rocking the Shamshir. Oh dear. Endure 37, Vigor 58, 60 strength versus the 58 strength. Oh my god. Oh, give us the count in at your leisure.
3, 2, 1.
LA. And the screams to start us off here, but Space Ranger's having none of it. Maybe this here is going to be chilling like a villain here in neutral. Going for that nice little bit of a whiff punish. Backswing comes through. A little bit of a mashu. Space has barely taken any damage so far. Oh, but that R2 is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yes!
The parries.
The parry attempts. Are we going to see some empty jumping? Managing to catch you just on the end there. Alright, go for that. Another running attack there comes out. Nice, a spin slash comes out there as well. Managing to get that hit. Space is going to be playing off of that an awful lot here. Does not want to get parried. Look at that roll discipline on the side of Space though. Holy. Goes for that whiff punish. Goes for that turnaround there once more. Are we going to see it? Running attack comes through. Oh, managing to just clip space there in the end. Look at that strafe though on the running attack. Beautiful stuff here from Space Ranger. Jump R2 comes out there to try and end it. Shu is getting put in the one-man blender. Uh-oh. Trying to catch there with that jump R2, but just about clipping space there. Shu is now very low. Space still having tier here. Managing to be clipped. Jump R2 here, but is going to be punished for it. And that's going to be Space Ranger taking the first round. GG's.
GG.
In our first 2-4. Here we go. That is going to be Space Ranger taking out 1-0. Goes to that running attack, yeah. I think Shu reconsidered the parries when they had started taking like a gazillion damage off of Spin Slash. Yeah, and those jumps as well, just to try and mitigate a potential parry. Pretty smart stuff here. And either way, we do have both of our players in. Suwu, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1. LA.
Allay indeed. Allay all of your fears. Space Ranger is here as the fists are going to come through. Nice backswing attempt there, which is not going to hit. Goes for another running attack there. Oh, nice call out there. Space been very, very careful, not expecting these parries to come out at some point. Spin slash there, but realized the better of it there. There's another jump out there. As another R2. Beautiful strafe there of the jump attacks. Jump R2 managing to potentially punish some shenanigans and menus. Highlighting message here. Immediately goes for that punish. Look at that, trying to bait out the parry. Goes for the roll in. Space is playing absolutely on fire. Barely taking any damage out of any of this. Look at that, the preemptive strafe coming out there on the side of Space. Goes for that jump R2. Oh, that's it. Shu been put through the one-man blender, been punished for their avarice. Avarice. There we go. Big words hard.
Big words hard.
So true, bestie. As we are going to see now, that R2 managed to clip him. But Icarus had to fly before he could fall. Look at that strafe! Jesus. Oh, but that R2 comes in. Catching their shoes very, very low. And the running attack then to finish it out. 2-0 in the favor of Space Ranger. Jesus.
GG's.
I really like Space kind of working around the parry here. This is more or less a masterclass on how not to get parried, pretty much. You have a bunch of moves that give you the opportunity to not get hit by it. You're playing off of a very, very strong mixed game. Look at the patience here as well. He's waiting to see what Shu tries to do before actually engaging. This is like perfect stuff. Recognizing when it is and is not safe to actually break neutral here. Yeah, just very good stuff there in the running attack then to try and finish it out. Beautiful stuff. Suwu.
Yes.
Give us the count in, Oomphy.
3, 2, 1. LA.
Yeah, and there we go. Look at that then, the patience as well, just to try and see what he's trying to go for. Oh, nice roll. That discipline is absolutely insane. Immediately back up to full. We see Shu going for that. Oh, unfortunately. Gonna be just clipped. Oh my, getting clipped there for a little bit of damage. Goes for the follow-up. Shu going in for that nice roll in and under. Jump R2's coming in there just to try and break that neutral. Because once he breaks neutral, he has a fair shot of figuring out what Shu can do next. That was a really nice run R2 though from the side of Shu, almost managing to get the hit in. Oof. Shu electing to go for a little bit of panic rolls, not quite sure. Space just on the edge of range there as well, to guarantee the latest possible hit. Double swing there, comes out into the... There we go, the whiff punish. Recognizing that Shu didn't want to stay in, going for that nice little bit of a spin slash. Good roll out now once more. Into another running attack there, catching, potentially menuing. Good roll out now once more. Look at the reset there, not electing to go directly back in for an engagement off of the whiff. He was just too late to go for it. Empty jump. The spin slash then on the turn away, recognizing that he's in danger. He could be in for a bit of corner pressure here. But the Braun roll in comes in, just not able to do it. Space is taking an awful lot of damage here, but Shu is not out of it. One very nasty R2 here could be enough to tier. We're just about in tier skip range. Into the run attack, so it won't matter. GG's. God
GG.
damn.
Space is getting this on lock.
I think if there was anyone who had his more fist at probably the high level matches under his belt, it's probably Space or Bron, considering they duel each other so often.
The fisters.
Indeed, true and real.
The Space Ranger is spacing.
And I'd say the lat is actually probably better between Shu and Space right now than it would be to Bron. I would imagine. Considering that it's Germany. To like, I'm not sure if Space is still in the Ukraine or not. Or if he's elsewhere. But either way, nice showing. As it is going to be 3-0 in the favor of Space Ranger. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be match point unless Shu's in a win. Give us the count in.
In 3, 2, 1. Allez.
Allay indeed, but allay your fears. Both players rushing in to go here. Shu going for that nice bit of aggression this time. As we see these little stutter steps here in neutral. Trying to go for that roll catch there, but it's not to be. Shu baiting there, some kind of a response here. That was nice though. These exchanges are going very, very well in the favor of Shu. But that pivot, absolutely tragic, into catching that roll there in the end. Goes for that wall cancel, gets that punish. Beautiful stuff here. As we do see Space caught in the corner. Going for that follow-up, but look at that, the R2. But immediately with counter pressure here is the side of Space. Jumping, leaping over the top here. Trying to go for that nice little bit of a catch. Look at that, just skedaddling out of it. Skittering back under the fridge there to avoid that unreactable run R1. Oh my god, they were in sync, bestie.
In sync.
In sync. They put the Thunderbolt of Lightning, very, very frightening me, Galileo, as that is the tier gone! Catching the end of that shoe! The one-man blender once more. Nice whiff punish there into a running attack! Into the stutter step away, reset. Good patience there from the side of shoe. But 'twas not to be. Ladies and gentlemen, before we take a look at that match, let's take a quick peek. As that was the top four. Look upon him. Look upon him and tremble. The face of the dandelion. Absolutely phenomenal showing here from all of our players.
The lion.
The lion. And the dog. Anyway, absolutely phenomenal showing from space here. Let's take a quick peek at that last fight. There we go. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Beautiful way to finish out the tourney. Oh. Absolutely phenomenal stuff, everyone. GG's for an absolutely fantastic finals. Shu doing very, very well there, though. I have to say. Some really nice moves there, in that, especially in that last set. Some very, very nice aggression. But look at that, just a ring around the rosy. Into the catch there to finish us out. GG's. Alright. Alright. Well, folks. Welcome. Hope everyone had a grand old time. Again, just as a quick heads up, we will be doing this next week. I have to pick a day yet, because I may be busy on Friday. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Subu, have you enjoyed your stay?
I did.
What are your thoughts? Is head still very much empty?
Head is always empty, Enda, but my thoughts are I had a lot of fun being here with this, and I hope everyone else had fun, and the fights were really good.
There you go. You heard it. You heard it here, folks. Elden Ring was in fact fun. But yeah, thank you all to everyone. Special thank you, of course. Let me give you a shout out once more. Subu. Yeah. If you wish to, the den after dark, pretty much. If ever there was one in this community. Go give Subu a follow. Not for the faint-hearted, I will warn. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal showing from everyone. GG's. And GG's. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Love and appreciate you all. And take care. But actually, before I go, any final thoughts? You get the floor to finish us out.
Please follow or subscribe to Enda on YouTube. Enda is trying to stream more on YouTube now.
Because Twitch is ass.
So it would be appreciative of if you guys would go over there and check him out. Otherwise, that's it.
Just to answer the question, probably not EU next week, but it's just going to be the regular fight nights. I'll have some bigger prize pool tourneys coming in the works when I get time, pretty much. But, alright, take care everyone, bye-bye, and thank you, Subu.
Yeah, of course.
Bye!